All right, guys. Whew, I'm not really feeling that hot today. My throat hurts. Nose is stopped up. We'll see what it is, but can y'all hear the music? You should be able to. What's up, Tom, Ace, Susan, John, Vanessa, Elmo, 2, Pablo, Bob, Make Time, Elevate. Ooh, man, I'm not really feeling the greatest. All right, we got AMC testing 7s in pre-market. Market's definitely pulling back a little bit today. Yeah, I took some ibuprofen. We'll see if that helps. Hey, thank you, Elevate. Yeah, we got Jerome Powell meeting tomorrow. But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just not really feeling the greatest, man. I'm gonna drink my coffee for a second. Oh, man. Yeah, my wife says my son had a cough. I never noticed. Hey, thank you, Susan. Yeah, I'm just cold, man. All right, but yeah, SPY's dipping down a little bit today. Apple down to 150s. AMC rip it up, though. You can see AMC at 650s right now. Is this the big squeeze they were saying? Or what's going to happen? Yeah, maybe, Susan. I don't know. Yeah, man. RIP to everybody in Turkey from the earthquake that got hurt from the earthquake. That's sad. Wow. Very sad. Almost 3,000 buildings came down. Yeah. We'll see what happens with AMC. I mean, it's up to $7. You know, it doesn't mean anything yet. No, we didn't get ice. No, we didn't lose power either, Beach. Yeah, thank you, JT. No, I'm not shorting either. I'm not doing anything right now. Oh. But we are back. Sorry, guys. My throat hurts. It's weird. Like, I woke up like an hour and a half ago. Like, legit woke up an hour and a half ago. You know when you wake up and, like, you got to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night? But, like, I woke up like an hour and a half ago. I felt fine. You know, now all of a sudden I wake up an hour and a half later and I feel sick. Why didn't I feel like this an hour and a half ago? Maybe I just fell asleep with my mouth open. You know, and it's just post-nasal drip. I'm hoping, man. Maybe. Turmeric. Yeah, maybe. 5,900 shares long on AMC up 7%. It's on the conservative account, so 1-to-1 no leverage. Hey, good luck, man. Yeah, I mean, but the SPY is still up pretty big. Like, again, this is the chart I kept looking at last week. You know, like this might be a little buy zone for the SPY. I'm not sure though. But the SPY is still up really nicely over the last 2 weeks, man. You know, vitamin C. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. Honey in my coffee, maybe. I'm just gonna try to see if it goes away. You know, like I'm just gonna see if it goes away at this point in time. What we got going on today? No real economic data today. We don't really have much, you know, in terms of economic data coming out. Vitamin B12. We've got some vitamin B12 here. I can go take some if I need it. Doesn't it give me energy though? I'm drinking coffee. I'm hoping this helps. Tea. Yeah, like aside from my throat hurting, I'm fine. I think the bigger worry, like if I feel like this, I'm okay. You know, like I'm still up. I still woke up. I'm still streaming. I don't feel like I had a fever right now. And so as long as it's just this, it's fine. The real worry is like when I had the C word a year or two ago. The first symptom I remember having was a sore throat. Yeah, see, I don't snore though, Daniel. Like they were worried for a while that I had sleep apnea, you know. And like I'm kind of the opposite. Like I never snore. I don't snore at all, ever. You know. Like Carol tells me she's never seen me snore once. So I never snore. And I know that doesn't necessarily mean that I don't have it. I don't have sleep apnea or anything like that. But you know, hopefully it does. But the point is like I'm not a snorer. The only thing I could say is like maybe I fell asleep with my mouth open when I went and laid back down. Hey, good luck, Alan. Not necessarily make time. I had it before. And I remember, like, the last time my family had it, it took a few days for it to register on the testing. You know, they give you the tests, right? Or we gave everybody a test for it, and it took a couple days just to show up. So it's kind of, you know, interesting where we all felt the symptoms, and I had it last New Year's. like on New Year's last year, not this past year, but like the year before on New Year's, like literally New Year's Day. I don't remember a thing from it because, you know. Hey, what's up, Foo? Hey, thanks, man. Bull market my butt. Wait, so I mean, guys, y'all know the pullback today is nothing like that indicates a bear market, right? Like y'all know over the last 10 days, like I get it, you might want the market to go down. And maybe it does, right? Maybe it does. But y'all know like this is the SPY over the last 10 days, right? Which is very green. 389s are the lows. We're at 408s, almost 410s. Like we're gonna pull back from last week's action. Like we told you guys that. Like I told you guys, I thought the market was extended on the upside, and then I thought we might actually pull back a little bit short term. I said that at least 5 times last week. And it's because it's true. I mean, the more we push up, the more extended, the more likely we are for a pullback. Especially the more unreasonable the moves up, people consider it. Like the more people consider the moves up unreasonable, the more likely we are to pull back from it. The more extension is a better way to say that we have on the upside. But you know, again, the market's still very green over the last like week and a half. Now maybe it turns. Like I said, I'm not saying it's not going to turn. I'm not really here to argue bull or bear because I really don't know. What I am saying is that we're certainly not in a bear market yet. We're at 408s. We're over 400 still. We're at almost 410s. The market was never going to hold at 418s, in my opinion. It was just too high up there. Yeah. Yeah, you know, like I saw some people trying to troll me on Twitter too, and I can't help but feel like they might be some like I've had some people that used to work with me in the same, you know, and they just act exactly like those people. Uh, and it's like, you know, like I can't help but think a lot of the people pushing for a crash are like people who don't like the current administration, you know. And so they want it to crash, and it's confirmation bias, you know. But it doesn't necessarily have to crash, man. Like it just doesn't have to crash. The market doesn't have to go down. Maybe it does, but like I guess the easiest way to put this is you should never want the market to crash just so you could be right. You know, that's the easiest way to put this, because when the market crashes, people genuinely suffer. Like the market going down is bad for everybody. You know, even if you predicted it, which it's not going down yet, but like, you know, still. All right, so we had a pretty good week last week, man. Like we had a pretty good week last week trading futures here. Check us out. I'm happy with it. So here was our last 7 days of trading futures here. We are up to almost 900. So almost 900. So not a bad week, about $1,000 week. We'll see if we can keep up that, good green action here. I do feel better once I woke up. Now, maybe it's just the coffee hitting me. It's certainly possible. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, this guy is. I'm gonna ban. Let me look at this guy's post. Man, people are weird, bro. You know, like who spends their time like creating a fake me? You know, like who spends their time creating a fake me profile, man? Like that's what y'all are doing in life. Why not, man? You know. $100 a day is $25K a year. Not a bad side job, man. Yeah, I'll take it. You know. Hey, what's up, Swervin? Google 110 end of day. You can look at it. Yeah, Google looks pretty strong last 10 days too. The one I'm really considering buying though is Microsoft. You know, like to be honest, most large blue chip companies are a little bit too extended on the upside. But I think Microsoft, there might be an argument for a dip buy, and I'll explain why. AI is the next big frontier, 100%, like without question. Like I had to explain it to my wife yesterday. Like I was talking to my wife about AI, and she didn't really understand. Like there's a lot of people, and I think it comes from like political like circles or whatever it is. And that, this is not Carol, by the way. That Carol's not like that. But like there's a lot of just sensationalism going on in media right now, where they act like the risk of AI is that it turns into Skynet, and that it becomes conscious and it turns into Skynet and we're all in trouble. That's not what everybody's ranting and raving about AI for. Like the reason people are ranting and raving about Chat GPT and other AI is not because they're worried it's going to turn into a person and it's going to be Terminator the movie. Like that's not what's going on. Like what's really the true profound part of Chat GPT is that the big risks of AI, number one, like one of the big risks is that it's going to take away jobs is the number one thing. Nobody's scared it's going to turn sentient that really understands it. Like the big risk is that it's going to take away jobs, bro. Like it's going to take away jobs. Like if you're a programmer, you understand this, because the reason these big companies like Microsoft and like all these big companies want AI is because they will not have to hire anywhere close to as many software developers once they develop one that's good enough. I could go to Chat GPT and be like, yo, write me a React Native code that colors the background green and gives me a column that's connected to this API that tells me whenever, a stock has a short float under or over 30% and has these different parameters of it, and make the column purple. And Chat GPT will spit that code out to me in about 30 seconds. That is what's profound about Chat GPT. That's also the risks of AI, is that it's going to take away jobs. Nobody's worried it's going to turn into, Skynet. They're more so worried it's going to get rid of jobs and like a huge part of business. Like anything logic based is going to be at risk now with AI. Anything logic based, anything where anybody whose job is, hey, we're going to pay you to create logic based algorithms and data. Chat GPT might make that obsolete, and honestly, I think it's probably for the better. People will find other jobs elsewhere. And so the real question is, number one, is that AI is the next frontier for sure. Like without question, that's going to become bigger and bigger. Chat GPT is going to become bigger and bigger. And so the real question for us as traders, as investors, is how do we bet on that? You know, like what stocks like that, what stocks are pushing that, what stocks are smart bets in that regard. I think that's the real question. And I don't know. To a certain extent, Jay says, is it AI algos already influencing the market through high-speed trading? To a certain extent, yes. But what I mean is, like, AI is going to make it so that, like, we don't, like, these big companies. Okay, put it like this, right? The reason Microsoft wants Chat GPT is because think about Microsoft right now as a business, right? Think about their margins. Think about what they spend money on, which is a lot of it is software developers and programmers, right? Now, say you had a tool that did 80% of the software developers and programmers work that you're paying millions of dollars a year for. You know, that's a huge benefit to your business. That's why AI is going to grow. You know, nobody's worried it's going to turn into Skynet. Like, in essence, it's just a bunch of tree structure algorithms it's a bunch of tree structure data, you know, like think about it in programming terms. Like, there's trees, right? Do you want this? Yes or no? Yes, you go this way. No, you go that way. And then there's another one. Do you want this? Yes or no? And I'm putting it in simplest terms, yes or no, just so y'all can understand it. Yes, okay, you go that way. It's just a tree structure that trickles down in logic, right? And I'm assuming it's just a really, really complex and really, really logic-based tree structure algorithm thing. That's what I'm assuming, like, it is, but it's just got a lot of knowledge. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they use some other type of algorithm to do it, but you know, I don't think the risk of it becoming sentient is a big thing. You know, I think that's just sensationalism mostly. The real risk is that it affects jobs, and that makes it a struggle in some ways, you know. Chat GPT's when is it going public? Well, in a way it already has, bro. It depends on how you look at it. All right, guys. Man, what's the drama in poker right now? Anybody that follows poker knows the drama with Venetian poker calling who was this? Calling Lindsay Israd on Twitter some names at the poker table. All the poker players are talking about it on Twitter. Anyways, Microsoft pull it back. The only most blue chips I consider too extended on the upside right now for me to really buy this stuff. But Microsoft, with their investments in Chat GPT and a few other things, you know, as well as potential argument for extension on the downside. Now, the big problem with this right now is like, I'd like to buy these around lows. So preferably I'd like to buy stocks like this around lows, like down here. And it's way up here, right? And so the risk is that we start dipping all the way back down here like this. And I just don't know if I'm willing to hold through that or not if we continue in that range here. Now I'm going to be bummed out if the market continues to bounce back. But part of me does think that I should buy up some stuff today after the big drops that we had. The question is, what's cheap enough for me to buy? Apple's down, but I think Apple was already a little inflated on the upside. Amazon's PE ratio is too high. And so it makes me kind of consider Microsoft here, especially with Microsoft's investments in Chat GPT. And again, how powerful that technology is going to be in other AI projects in the future. The other one is Google right now. I know Google is developing their own version of AI. And I think with that, when they announce it, it might go crazy big. We definitely got some extension. What's the PE ratio of Google here? Maybe I'll just buy both of them. What do you guys think? Yeah, I've seen the movie Her. Your P&L status, John, on which one? On what? On what? It depends on what you're talking about, really. Again, in stocks, I'm still up about 650. I haven't really taken any huge investments since the last time I talked about it. And again, to understand why my P&L is so low, it's because I've been pretty quiet with swing trades. Like, I've taken a few. Like, I bought Snapchat, last week or whenever it was. And so in that regard, like, I just haven't taken any big positions over the last couple weeks. That $600 profit is just for my last trade. If we're talking about on Top Step, last week we made about 900. If you look at this, let me exit out of this and open up the new window. So last week we made about $900 in the last 7 days. We're up about $885, mostly from last week, pushing up. We got a little bit better at trading the regular E-mini. And that's been helping our profits there too. So, well, again, you guys know me. I don't claim to be an expert or a guru or anything like that. I don't even claim to be a good trader. Yeah, I understand. Be present. The real question is, should I ban this person here? So I see somebody in my stream who is basically pretending to be me. Now, it could be a few different things here where I'm trying to figure out. Hold on, let me find it. I'm trying to show you guys. No, I got a person essentially pretending to be me here. My guess is they just created this channel. Yeah. See, but whoever this is made a mistake. They're pretending to be me. They named themselves Mr. Johnny London. Whoever it was, the mistake that they made is that they used their real account that's been created since 2009 to do this. So it'll be very easy to find out who this is. Now, if y'all are just a friendly person here and just messing with me, that's one thing. But I don't know what to do with this person. Should I just ban them? What should I do? Chat, what do you guys think? Hey, what's up? Rita, Narcissist, Morning Dew, Liv, Shreep, the Dixie. Yeah, we've been watching the Dixie here. Watching AMC today, man. Again, if I buy something, it might just be Microsoft, bro. I made money on Microsoft last week, and then I sold, and then you see I'm flat on Microsoft now. But with the downward extension today, I'm considering buying it back again. Yeah, man. Their name, Johnny London. See, there could be a few different explanations for it. Like, my friends from a long time ago used to call me Johnny London. Now, I know it's kind of vague, but it could be one of them thinking they're slick, trying to create another name, and you know, trying to mess with me out of their own, whatever. That's plausible. Or it could just be some random person, either way. Hey, what's up, Max? No, I didn't use my profile pic. He said something about the anti-social social club. I don't know what that is. Yeah. It could be John's AI. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, definitely not a top 3, Yeah, sorry. I just don't really have the patience to it today, man. I'm just nauseous and... There we go. Yeah. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, should I buy Microsoft? Excuse me. I'm already in AMC, Francis, so I'm already holding AMC, brother. Yeah, I just blocked him. It's all good, guys. It's too early for that for me, man. Yeah, AMC is up. Again, we're at AMC. Any thoughts on Lucid? No, it's definitely not Ace. All right, so we got AA Ron. We got some posts by my guy AA Ron. Some say AAA Ron. So what AA Ron said, I believe what I tweet should be as accurate as I can make it. It turns out the SEC censored and fined T0 on January 10th of 2022, a year ago, not 3 weeks ago. Still, I want no part of them because, quote, censored and fined anytime is not good. Aaron said, quote, important tools for a CEO are good judgment and good instincts. I took so much flack and vitriolic personal insults. Man, we're going to have to Google that word. For not embracing T0. Who the heck is T0? On January 10th, the SEC censored and fined T0. Today, T0 Crypto announced it will cease operation. So glad I stayed away from T0. Yeah, but look, man, I mean, let's just be real here for a second regarding AMC. All right, like I'm in AMC. I hope AMC goes up, but are we going to pretend like AMC is beyond criticism and that Adam Aaron is beyond criticism? Like, are we, you know, like I get it. Like, listen, I get it more than anybody else. I've got a lot of haters too, you know. Now, nowhere near the amount that your boy AA Ron has, but I get haters too, man. I get it. But are celebrating their failures really gonna get us anywhere? I don't think so. I think you got to just ignore that AA Ron and move on. Don't worry about it, bro. Who's actually gonna go see Titanic in theaters, though? Let's be real here, bro. I'm definitely not. AI? I'm assuming AI is an AI stock MP. The guy who systematically closed Sears. Yeah, but I mean that. Are we really gonna blame one person for Sears and and all those like brick and mortar retail clothing stores becoming obsolete? I don't think it's anybody's personally fault. Like, I don't think it's anybody's actual fault. I think that those stores were going to close no matter what. Like, listen, technology improves over time. Yeah, this is a conversation I had with Carol and my kids too. It's like conversation or technology improves over time. It just does. Like, technology gets better. Like, over time, you're going to have entire sectors of business that go obsolete from that technological evolution. You know, that's a normal thing. You can't get mad when it happens. It's kind of like getting mad. You know, the carriage went obsolete when the automobile industry sprouted up. Are we going to get mad at Ford for creating simply a better technology? And again, before we get some people, I know Ford wasn't the first one. Every time everybody's like, it wasn't Ford that was first. I'm just broad example here. All right. But still, are we going to get mad at Ford for, giving us a better version of the carriage? No. You know why? It's because it's better, right? Same thing happens here. We're going to lose sectors of business. We're going to lose sectors of employment and jobs. over time, you'll get those back in other ways. You'll get different types of businesses that stimulate the economy. That's just kind of how it goes. Um, I've never been the one to get mad at technological evolution. And, again, if whoever got rid of Sears and J.C. Penney or whatever it is didn't get rid of them, somebody else would have. And over time, they would have closed down for the most part anyway. We just buy stuff online now. We get it shipped very conveniently to our home. And, it's a beautiful thing. How are your Ford shares doing? I think I'm down in Ford. I think I'm down I'm down $2 today. So we're pretty break even, actually. And again, I'm going to hold this as long as I need to hold it. Again, we're thinking about buying Microsoft. I'm going to take 15 shares of Microsoft here. I'm going to wait, actually. I'm going to wait to buy this. Why did I buy Ford? It's got a low PE ratio and dropped pretty heavily from earnings, and I think that over time they might give it chances to bounce back. Yeah, AMC got up to 650s. Long-term chart's still looking pretty rough, but it's up to over 6s. Hey. Tyson Food did drop their earnings. Tyson Food came out with 85-cent EPS versus 136 expectations. Here's TSN. Tyson, EPS miss. So Tyson did EPS miss. Sales of 13.26 versus 13.5 expected. Fiscal year outlook came in slightly better than expected. And so, again, Tyson had worse than expected EPS, worse than expected rev, better than expected guidance. All right, guys. So should I buy Microsoft here? All right, guys. So All right, guys. So yeah, Tyson had a pretty bag roll of numbers here. Trying to watch the day and see how the market does. May need to pull back to 400 on the SPY. Yeah, maybe I'll buy the dip. Maybe I'll wait. Yeah. But SMR, I mean, to be honest, man, acting like the normal citizens like us have anything to do with any of this stuff is silly, man. You know that's not us out there making those decisions, brother. Like we don't have anything to do with it, bro. We're just watching this like it's a movie. Okay. This is just our life, bro. We're just watching it like it's a movie, just like y'all are, dude. We're watching it on the news just like y'all are. I'm sure we had a very similar experience in terms of how we all found out about all of this stuff. I'm not buying Apple right now. Microsoft earnings. Yeah, but honestly, that makes me want to buy more in WH. Here, I'll be right back, guys. And when I come back, I'm going to explain my logic for potentially buying up some of these. But again, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Right. So again, what I was trying to explain to everybody here, and this is the thing to understand. All right, like, and this is one of the reasons my swing trades have make money. And people could say, "Oh, I'm surprised you're not making more than this or whatever," but like, people need to understand, man. Like, $600 in my account is a great gain so far, just in the last month or so. And over time, we're getting better and better, and we're taking larger and larger size. All right, guys. So again, here's the thing to understand, right? Like, okay, and it kind of boils down to like, when we look at a 5-minute chart here, people say Microsoft had bad earnings, but the reality of it is, these little earnings reports give these companies like give it potential to buy the dip sometimes, man. Like, okay, the example I always use is like, new traders look at a stock, and new traders see a stock gapping up, and new trader might say, "Oh, that stock is gapping up 15%. That looks so strong. Let's buy it." Right? It's gapping up 15%. Experienced traders might come along and have the exact opposite thesis, right? The exact opposite, prediction, where they say, "Okay, hey, this stock is up 15 or 20%. I think it's going to correct and come back down some today." Generally, that's the overarching thesis from experienced traders, is extension. And so one of the most profitable times for me is when a company has bad earnings. Like, everybody acts like I'm this big bull. I'm really not. Like, every time a stock drops big, I don't care what it's for, I usually consider buying the dip. Because even if we continue in a long-term downtrend, generally within a day, we're going to bounce back some, and I can take profit. And then no matter what happens after that, it's still going to be protected as a trade, right? And that's a big way I make money, man. If you look at, I did it with Snapchat a few days ago. I bought Snapchat at like $10. Snapchat ended up flying back up to 11, 12, basically up about 15 to 20% in a day or two, So we bought Snapchat down here. You know, we bought it at $10. So we bought Snapchat right here. It was actually a little bit lower than this. So we bought Snapchat here, actually. Right there. We bought Snapchat. And then if you look at what happened afterwards, and everybody said Snapchat's weak, Snapchat's weak. It didn't matter. Like, people have to understand. People like me buy things when they're at discounts. It doesn't always mean they're going to bounce back. It just doesn't always mean they're going to come back. What it means, though, is that sometimes you get little discounts. And again, the way I generally approach these is like I wait for companies. Snapchat's a little bit different, but like usually what I do is I wait for extension on the downside. I buy them up, and they all need to be blue chip healthy companies. Like, they need to be long-term profitable companies here. Like, they need to be green companies. Long-term, they need to be blue chip healthy, like positive EPS, low PE if available companies. So I won't do it with mid caps. I won't really do it with penny stocks either. They need to be healthy companies. But when you do that, generally you have a very profound edge because you can wait for them to bounce back, right? You can wait for them to bounce back. If they don't bounce back short term, and of course you're going to have to ignore the people who, and again, I'm not telling anybody to do anything. All I'm trying to do is show you guys what works for me. You got to ignore all the bears that are saying, bro, this thing's terrible. You know, it's going to crash the market. You know, again, in terms of people telling me that to influence my trades ahead of time, they've been wildly wrong. Wildly wrong. So thoughts on Activision Blizzard today? Yeah, we also have Pinterest today, right? I don't know. I hope so. Right. If it's up 15%, it's too late. Right, for sure. If it's up 15%, it's too late. $600 for the month. Yeah, for my swing trades, man. Again, my swing trades are TD Ameritrade. You know, y'all don't see me actively day trading here. I'm not like doing anything really on TOS. Like, how often do y'all see me actually take trades here? Not very often. So yeah, I'm up about 600 for the month of January, which, to be honest, is great, man. People act like, again, a lot of new traders especially, and I'm not saying that's anybody here. You know, like, I'm not saying that's anybody here, but what I'm saying is, like, a lot of new traders have a very unrealistic expectation of trading, right? And that gets them in trouble. Like, they're trying to get rich, right? Like, that's not safe trading. Most safe trading, if I can make $600, $1,000 a month in my swing trades, then I'm going to make 12 to 13K a year. You know, and again, if I can do that safely, if my account's 30K, then I'm making like 40% a year. You know, that's very, very elite gains relative to that account size. You know, don't get it twisted, man. Nobody's really making 1,000% a year. Nobody really is. Anybody that claims to is usually trying to sell you a course. You know, now you might have the elite of the elite day traders that are doing something like that, or you might have people who just got super lucky in terms of investing in a very high risk asset where it ended up 1,000xing or whatever it is. But that's very rare. Most of the time, those high risk assets fail. And so you're going to have those numbers that skew the percentage gains. But like, don't get it twisted, man. Number one, the easiest way to put it is I don't feel obligated to make any amount of profit. If I can make any green on the month, I'm happy. You know, every month's not going to be green. Every day's not going to be green. And if I can make a $600 month, while it's a smaller month for me, to be honest, usually I end up making, you know, but I'm very happy with it. Yeah, all good. I didn't think it was you, JT. That's what I said. That's why I was saying I'm not talking about anybody specifically here. I'm just trying to explain like the big flaw in most new traders thinking, right? Most new traders, and a lot of them, like, they get their hopes up where they look at it and they say, oh, well, this is going to change my life. I'm going to get rich with trading. You know, I'm going to get rich, you know, and, you know, I'm going to take this $1,000 account and I'm going to turn it into 100K, you know. And that makes them trade bad because they're gambling. They're trying to roll the dice and like roulette. where they should be trying to wait for good hands like poker. And it is what it is. But yeah, we're thinking about buying Microsoft here. We're thinking about it. I feel a bit better drinking coffee. I don't know if it's the coffee or what. Yeah, what's up, Francis? Yeah, every trade had started like that, bro. I 100% started like that, man. Like, I definitely started like that, bro. I remember when I got started trading. Again, I watched the movie The Big Short. Speaking of Michael Burry last week, I watched the movie The Big Short. Right? I watched the movie The Big Short, bro. And so I come out of that movie, never have traded the stock market ever. I come out of that movie like, man, I'm about to get rich. I Google trading, and Tim Sykes pops up. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm about to get rich. You know, I'm going to prove everybody how smart I am. I'm going to tell them I got rich in stocks. Look at me, you know. Lost about $4,000 in a week. Having that mentality. And to be honest, losing like that is kind of necessary in the beginning, to be completely real about it. Like, losing like that is kind of necessary in the very beginning. Because, again, it's kind of one of those things where you need to have that burn. You need to experience that burn. Once you experience it, you don't want to do it again, right? And so to a certain extent, learning to not lose that much is the right move. But yeah, I think I'm the dream shatter over here because I tell people the truth, which is that, you know, trading's just not a get rich quick scheme. It's just not. And if you treat it like it is, you're just going to lose a lot of money. You know, now there's ways that you can play smart money. And I think swing trading is one of the ways you can play smart in trading. Swing trading, waiting for a big extension on the downside. But again, the logic that I usually have is what I always talk about, which is I wait for big extension on the downside and I try to buy dips. I wait for big extension in blue chip healthy companies, preferably with a low PE ratio. And I wait for them to drop profoundly, and then I buy those dips and I sit on my butt and I wait for them to bounce back. And that has worked very well for me. Very well, very good. I'm not going to say it's easy because nothing's easy, but it's easier than some other forms of trading that I've drawn. I've done a lot better in swing trading than I have day trading over the last month. I'll put it that way. Funny, I never heard of you until mother of all short squeeze talk. I mean, AMC, bro, like I said, you guys know me, dude. I'll be honest with you guys. You know, if y'all are an ape trader, I'm not against you, man. I'm in AMC. I hope it goes up. But AMC is not about to squeeze up to $1,000. It never was. The short float is just too small. The float size is too large. You know, now maybe it makes a big squeeze. The whole reason I bought it cheap is because I thought that despite it not being able to make a huge parabolic short squeeze, that the following of AMC and the traders are very supportive, right? So whenever you can have a trader base that genuinely supports your company, like AMC, you've got potential. You know, I'll put it that way. You got potential. Now, how much potential and how much we could go up, I really don't know. I know we're not going to hit 1,000. I know that. But we could squeeze up, and, you know, I'm holding a little piece of it just in case we do. The news for AMC, I'm trying to look up the news here. There is no news. It's just... Again, the real question is, should I buy Microsoft? Yeah. A Johnism. Well, I mean, again, it depends on the definition of gambling. Poker is one of the games, you'll hear me like relate a lot of things to that. Poker, you're not against the house. That's the big thing to understand. You know, again, slots, suckers bets, like sucker bets from mostly people who just want to gamble, right? Slots, you know, maybe you win big, but the odds are stacked against you long-term doing that. Roulette is just a coin flip. It's just betting on a, you know, just betting on a random outcome. Poker's different. You know, poker, you're actually using skill and edge and analytical, you know, reason to make your decisions, and you're not against the house. And so that's the big difference. Poker, very similar to trading. All right, thank you, life. BJ, yeah, I mean, if you can count cards, then BJ can be powerful too. The problem is, like, that's becoming slowly obsolete. Like, I know how to count cards, but I've never actually gone to do it. But like, if you can count, then there's an edge in BJ too. The problem is like the casinos will back you off pretty fast if you do. So it's like you could try to do it, but you know. AMC bounced all the way down to 620s, and then all the way back up to 640s. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow, Jerome Powell. That'll be fun. All right, team. Uno is basically random, though. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the truth, Army. Unfortunately, they're going to do auto shuffle after each hand and make counting damn near obsolete. Unfortunately. There'll always be some games that allow it, though. You know, like it's still feasible, I believe. You know, it's still feasible. Card counting, it's just the good news is that relative to how it used to be, like back then when you count cards, like they would it was kind of a sketchy thing. It's still a little sketchy, but like back then when you used to do it, they'd bring you into a back room and you don't know what's going to happen to you, you know. At this point now, you know, they'll get sued into oblivion if they do that. So that has kind of gone away. You know, they're still very rude and disrespectful to you, though. But, you know, it's better than how I used to be, I guess. He talks at about 12:45, Umberto, I believe, about 12:45. Again, we're going to stream the full thing live like we always do. So if you haven't already, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We do this live for free every day. Yeah, we'll see. AMC fighting back, getting back up to the 200 EMA. Microsoft's still dipping down. Again, part of me still wants to buy into Microsoft. Yeah. Yeah, we can do a poll. My bad, guys. Let me go ahead and get that done. All right, we got a poll going on. Does the market rebound from this morning's drops? That's the question. Does the market rebound from this morning's drops, team? Yes or no? All right, so there is the poll. We got the poll live. Yeah, we're gonna put this up. Put that poll up here so you guys can get it. All right, we got the poll live. Does the market rebound here, team? Let me know what you guys think. Are you still bullish? Again, I wouldn't really say I'm bullish. Again, if you guys hear me and like how I usually interact with everybody, like I'm not super bullish, but I'm also not one of those people who are calling for like a crash. You know, you got a lot of people who are like pushing for a crash, who basically just mimic Michael Burry and you know act like a crash is going to happen. And again, I'm just not one of those perma bears who think that the market's going to crash and that the world is all doomed. Because again, y'all have to understand, I've been hearing these things for years. And so at a certain point, I have to be like, hey, you know, like I've heard this for years. Like after a certain point, the market's not always going to crash. And the market, again, hearing doom and gloom talk every red day, whatever the SPY's 10-day chart looks like this, at a certain point, it's just kind of like, all right, you know. We get it. The market's going to crash. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But hey, what's up, Sam? All right, market started to bounce back again. Microsoft, the one that I might consider buying. The only reason I'm going to wait is because I'm going to wait for market hours today. And if we dip down like really heavily during market hours, maybe we will take a little bit more. You know, maybe. But again, for now, we're just going to sit back. Temporary pullback, I think. Yeah, that's the one thing where I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. All right, so AMC is up there. All right, guys, Google at 103.70s here. We got the SPY still trying up here. So the SPY trying to get back over 410. I think 410 is a big psych level here for the SPY that we should pay attention to. Again, 410, big psychological level. See if the SPY gets back over 410. Very reasonable level. Anthony says, hey, John, I appreciate you being consistent for as long as you have with your morning routine. It's nice to have someone to count on that shows up every day. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you coming in here, man. Do you like that there's no trading on the weekends? I mean, I used to be one of those people that got really bummed out on the weekends. And I think everybody's like that in the beginning. Like when you get really like into trading, you miss it on the weekends. When you've been doing it every day for years, though, it's less like that. you know. So yeah, when you do it every day for years, you know, again, you just come. It's just less interesting. What's up, Jimmy? Yeah, like I said, I don't really know what the market's gonna do. Again, like I'm sure a lot of people saw me trolling the bears last week, right? But I think I have to. You know, if bears are coming in here telling me the market's going to crash, the sky's going to fall, and then the market ends up ripping up huge percentages, and to the certain point, the bears were insulting and all this stuff. You better believe we're going to troll them a little bit when the market pushes up. It doesn't necessarily mean we want the market to only go up or that we think the market's only going to go up. It just means that, like, you know, again, they pressured everybody to sell and then the market pushed higher, you know, so we got to troll them a little bit. I think that's due. But at the same time, though, if you guys really heard me talk last week, I was telling people I thought we were a little bit extended on the upside, short term, a little bit extended on the upside. And so again, part of me is also considering like buying the dip here. All right, so again, SPY's starting to move up a little bit, right out of that 200 EMA that we can pay attention to. You can see the 200 EMA right there. But yeah, definitely a red morning. AMC pulling back some as well here. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Narcissist, Taylor, Ben. Yeah, well, he's going to be talking about the economy, I'm pretty sure. Like Jerome Powell is scheduled to speak. Yeah, Jerome Powell is scheduled to speak here. Let me look at this here. So yeah, Jerome Powell is scheduled to speak on the economic, a discussion with David Rubenstein. And it's going to be regarding, let me see. And it's going to be, let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. So yeah, it's going to be the Economic Club of Washington signature event featuring the Jerome Powell, chair of the board. What it's going to be about, though. Let me try to find what this is actually going to be about here. Hold on. I thought they had like a little breakdown. Yeah, so I'm pulling this up now. So this is tomorrow at like midday. All right, so this is tomorrow midday. I signed up for the webinar. I'm trying to see if there's like a breakdown. So yeah. All right, so here it is. Yeah, so Powell's gonna be interviewed here, which I don't know how much this is gonna move markets, but it might move them some. you know. Market is bouncing back a little bit for Google here. So yeah, David Rubenstein's going to interview Powell. Hey, buddy. Love you, man. Love you, babe. Love you. Yeah, guys, sorry. Hold on. All right, so again, Jerome Powell speaks with the Economic Club of Washington here. I'm trying to see if they say have a breakdown of what he's going to talk about. I don't see anything. Yeah, so I can't really see any breakdown. Yeah, I don't actually see any breakdown here on what he's actually going to cover. I'm looking at the details. It shows when the reception is going to be and a few other things. Yeah, so it's going to end at 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern. So we'll see what happens on this front. Again, we'll cover it. We're going to stream it regardless. How much is going to move the market? I don't know. All right, guys. Yeah, so they didn't actually give any details, but it might be economical based. Again, we'll stream it. We'll see what they show. Google bouncing back a little bit. SPY pushing back up to almost 410 here, and we're still down on the day, but it's not like it's not a huge drop. I guess is the easiest way to put it. Last year when they did this, the market tanked. We'll see. Like I said, we're gonna stream it, but hopefully he says some positive things. Again, you can kind of see the SPY starting to bounce back some. We're over the 200 EMA. We're getting ready to test that 410 level, here. So we'll see. Look at the market pop. Wow. Look at the market rip. Almost back up to 410. Are you bullish on the macros? I really don't know. He speaks tomorrow at like midday. Google bouncing back. Maybe I should have bought the dip like I wanted. AMC still consolidating and like kind of pulling back and forth. Yeah, Tesla. How's Tesla doing today? There's Google. Google looks strong here, man. But again, there's Tesla. Tesla leading the market some today. That's about as stable as it's going to be. And the macro side news has been all right. Yeah, we're pretty neutral here. I mean, we're not doing amazing. We're not doing terrible. It's kind of the way you got to look at it. Like, with regards to like crypto and gold, I think. What's a gold ETF? Tesla looks pretty strong, all things considered. All right, guys. So yeah, SPY just tapped 410s. Just tapped it. Doesn't mean it's ready yet, but it just tapped it. All right, so we just broke 410s on the SPY. Market rip it up. Market looks pretty strong here, guys. Kathy said in 5 years, Tesla hitting 1,500. I don't know. We'll see. GLD. Yeah, GLD. Gold had a pretty rough day Friday. Bouncing back a little bit today, but still, still struggling. But yeah, market right at 410s. Right at 410s. I don't know, Ben. It depends, man. I don't know if the bull market is back. I hope it is. But again, I'm not going to say it is or it isn't. I really just don't know. Tesla on the left, AMC on the right. Still looking at like Google and some other stuff here too. Can you check out Amazon, please? Yeah, we can look at Amazon. Amazon, the PE ratio is just too high for me, though, personally. Amazon getting obliterated over the last day, though. But yeah, the PE ratio for Amazon is just a little bit too high. The PE ratio for Amazon is just a little bit too high here. I like the PE ratio for Amazon is like, isn't it like 1/100 or something super like crazy high? It's just too much for me. Again, SPY over 410s. Now I'll buy it if it has like a big drop or something like that. But aside from a big emotional dip, I can't buy it. It's too extended. And Amazon is like obviously a game-changing company, but again, it's kind of like Goldilocks. It needs to be just right, and Amazon's not just right. Amazon FBA. No, Amazon FBA is not a scam. I mean, it's just, what's a scam is the people selling courses on it. Like, that's the scam. Yeah, the people selling courses on how to get rich on Amazon FBA. Those are the scammers. Not Amazon FBA. Amazon FBA is the reason it's so convenient, is because of Amazon FBA. Like, the reason Amazon has gotten as big as it is because of that, you know. What price would you buy Amazon at? Well, it depends. I would buy Amazon if it dropped really profoundly short term. And it was really extended on the downside, sure. But unless that happens, again, I'm just not interested in it. $80, yeah, something like that. All right, guys. So SPY's still over 410s. Over 410s. Yeah, sad news from overseas for sure. What's going to go back up, Cure? Again, AMC still struggling, but SPY back over that level. Give us something to trade. I'm not really one that does that. Like, I don't give out stock picks. I don't give out recommendations. Like, I just kind of put everything out there for free. I don't really know what anything's going to do. We're just guessing here. And we'll see. Like I said, I hope the market goes up, bro, but, you know. Do I have any idea what the market's going to do right here? No. I hope it goes up. I mean, again, I thought maybe some downward extension could, you know, we might get a little bounce today. Is AITX the next meme stock? Probably not. No, this is a much more obscure penny stock. Most of these pink sheets are terrible. But yeah, most of these penny stocks are just terrible companies that get sensationalized and hyped up to new traders. A large majority of them are going to fail. Buying every natural gas dip. Yeah, I heard about that. Natty gas. Yeah, SPY over 410s here. Again, we're still watching AMC. We're in AMC small. Still in Snapchat too, but here's Snap at almost 11s. I'm not sure like what's gonna happen. I know they had the balloon drama. Everybody's talking about the balloon drama here. And really, I don't know, man. Market's bouncing back though. Snapchat bouncing back up, pretty much break even on the day here. SPY still over 410s, so it has rebounded really nicely here. And we'll see if it continues back up, but so far so good. Like I said, I'm not really feeling 100% today. I'm a little bit under the weather, to be honest. My throat hurts. My wife said her throat was hurting too, so not really feeling the best this morning, but the show must go on. So if I'm a little bit slow, a little bit tired, that's what this is today. Yeah, boy, oh man, SPY still moving up. Again, Amazon. What I thought about buying this morning was Microsoft, because Microsoft I thought is just super interesting in that regard. From I think Microsoft, their investments in AI. Again, I think Chat GPT is the future. I think it's going to be just groundbreaking and game changing in terms of the future of tech. And I think there's a reason all these big tech companies want in. It's because it's going to replace jobs. It's going to make them, again, say you're a big tech company paying lots of software developers 50 grand, 60 grand, 100 grand a year to build code for you, right? To come up with logic-based algorithms and code for software. Right now a machine can come out and do exactly what they do in about 30 seconds. That is why chat's big. I made a Twitter post this morning and I said, Chat GPT turning sentient isn't the risk. The big risk is essentially jobs being replaced. It's also the reason big tech wants in, is it replaces the need for certain types of programmers and devs. The automobile replaced the carriage. Tech evolves over time, is what I said. It is 100% true. So I am considering buying Microsoft here. Ford, we're completely break even on the day, or we're completely break even on our Ford trade. We're not down or up anything. We're just flat there. Completely break even on Ford. Snapchat, we are slightly green in this one. But we've already mostly scaled out of Snapchat. And Snapchat's essentially break even on the day right now. So Snapchat's flat on the day anyway. SPY pushed up over 410s. That's a pretty good sign, an optimistic sign. Yeah. Hey, well, good luck, bro. Yeah, I mean, the PE ratio of Microsoft, if we're looking at it, really is about 28. So it's not super high. It's not super low either. It's just it's neutral. It's mid, I guess, is the best way to put it. So again, we'll see if it continues up. But part of me, like I said, I guess I'm gonna wait for the open to see if we get some like favorable price action heading into it, where I could buy the dip and attack that a little bit more. Too high. Yeah, I mean, I know there's some arguments there. And again, I think we have pushed up if we're looking at Microsoft. Like, there's Amazon on the left, too high of a PE ratio. If we're looking at Microsoft here, we're looking at like a 90-day chart. You can kind of see the range here. We're doing pretty good for Microsoft. It's definitely green over the last 90 days or so, which, over the last 3 months, very green. Again, I don't know if it's going to continue up, of course. Nobody does. And we're just waiting and trying to be patient as we can with it. SPY just dipped under the 410 psychological level. That should be relevant here too. SPY under 410s, AMC at 635, so not really doing much. Microsoft still down there though, and I think a dip buy is arguable here. I think you could argue for a dip buy right now. Maybe in 10 years, the average SPY will be 25 or something instead of trailing 17. Yeah, with inflation, yeah, I'm sure that's probably going to increase over time. That's pretty standard, I would say. As the increases over time are pretty normal in that regard, as the dollar gains value over decades. But, we'll see. SPY at 410s. The only downside I see is how the Fed deals with the low rate. Yeah, it's a really interesting week, man. To be honest, I think a lot of people were looking for clarity last week, and nobody got it. Like, I certainly didn't get clarity. I was wondering whether we're more of an inflation-fearing market than a recession-fearing market now, because we had lower jobless claims and the market ripped up. And so we had some signs that, like, we were going to have positive correlations with economic growth last week, and then we just didn't. So it's like we look like we might grow from we look like we might react positively to economic growth, but then we just didn't. And so it's one of those things where we just didn't have those positive reactions to economic growth like we wanted. And again, instead we ended up just doing worse, I would say. Inflation's still a big fear. We had economic growth, and then the market ended up falling down because people are still fearing inflation. So it's kind of one of those things where nobody really knows what we're getting here. Meta, yeah, I haven't even looked at Meta either. Meta's been a stock that everybody's been widely considered overpriced, but it has not cared at all. This thing has flowed up. It had one of the lowest PE ratios in tech prior to their earnings report, and then you can see just the huge pump from earnings, just a huge move up from earnings here. And so Meta's been one of those interesting stocks that, like, we'll see what happens with it, but it's a little bit too high up there for me personally right now. It's just too extended on the upside. Hey, what's up, Edwin? Yeah, I think they should have gotten that taken care of way before then, but it's all good. All right, we're going to put it in sub-only mode, guys. So if you have not already, hit that sub button. Help us continue this growth. We got about 500 people here. And so if you could take the time and subscribe, we certainly appreciate it. We're pushing towards 100K. We might hit that this week. The problem is we don't have any big stuff. Like, we could hit it this week. And so subscribe, hit the notification bell. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Let's keep the growth up, team. Bitcoin. Yeah, there's the SPY at 410s, consolidating around that level. AMC is up there. Meta with a big push up. I think Meta might be a little extended on the upside now, personally, though. Maybe not. What do you guys think? But for me, Meta might be a little bit too high. We also have, like I said, I'm considering Microsoft. I'm considering Google as well. I think Google and Microsoft, there's arguments for some short-term extension on the downside here. If we look at a 10-day chart, they're still green, but these are pretty fair pullbacks. And I think with Chat GPT and Microsoft, maybe there's some arguments for a dip by there. But again, time will tell. We'll just wait. Yeah, what's Bitcoin at? Yeah, I'm looking at Bitcoin US dollar. All right, so Google bounced it up a little bit. The SPY just dipped under 410. All right, guys. So again, SPY pulling back. I might buy this dip in futures is what I'm looking at potentially buying right now. I might buy this dip in futures. Maybe a little micro E-mini dip buy is what I'm looking at right now. What do you guys think? That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I don't mind this little dip. You can kind of see us dipping under the 200 EMA volume weighted average price spot. I'm going to look at the SPY as well on. I think there might be a little argument for a dip buy here. Now, again, it's been a very green few days for me trading. So I'm going to buy one contract here, two contracts. We're going to take 3 contract position on the micro right now. So we just took a 3 contract position. And again, we'll see what happens on it. Just kind of patiently waiting for that now. All right, so again, we're right at the 200 EMA. We bought that dip in futures. We're down about $6 now. All right, so what's up, Frank? One of the big problems with Meta is that their business plan for the next year seems to be around the metaverse. Yeah, and that's some risk here, man. I think the metaverse is going to have some risk in that regard, you know. All right, so again, we bought the dip. We are basically break even still. I want to see if we get another move. We're right at the 200 EMA. I think there is an argument for potential dip buy here, but if we ended up breaking down, that's fine. Some of my best trades have been coming in pre-market, so maybe I can build up a cushion in pre-market. But yeah, man, honestly, I'm not feeling 100% today. I can feel it in myself. Like I'm not feeling 100%. All right, so I just went green on the trade, so we did bounce a little bit here on the SPY. All right, so we got a nice pop up here. I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this off already. Or I think I'm gonna let it go up a little bit more. So again, you can kind of see we bought the dip. We're up about $20 here on this trade. I might take one contract off just to lock in some things. If we get a, yeah, I'll go ahead and take one off. So we just locked in most of the profit there, it looks like. And I'm gonna let the last two work. That way, if it turns against me now, I've already taken some profit. And you know, that's kind of how we got to look at this, I think. Yeah, pre-market, man. I mean, like I said, it varies. You know, pre-market can be powerful. Pre-market is better for range trading, for range bound trading. That's when pre-market really makes sense, I think. If you're looking for momentum, obviously pre-market's not the thing. But if you're looking for range trading, which is like buy the dip, attack the top of the range, like I'm doing here. All right, so we're pulling back a little bit, but I'm still green on the trade as a whole. I might add back. The question is, do I add back here? All right, so get a little dip here. I might add one more contract back here. Just gonna lock that in. And we're still green on the last few, and we're gonna see if we move up. Ideally, I'd like to ride it up to maybe 410s here. So again, we're back at 3 contracts now. Yeah, a little bit more better, a little bit better for range bound trading. Some algos, but it depends on what you're trading, right? Like I'm buying the SPY. Algos aren't going to get influenced as much. If you're buying penny stocks, like yeah, there's risk. Anything can be influenced in that. All right, so again, you can kind of see we're moving up some more. I'm going to sell the bid right here. So we just locked in a little bit more. I'm going to sell another contract. So again, we just took out a couple different positions here. We have 1 contract left. We wrote it right up to around, not quite 410, but we wrote it up there. We're close enough to 410. We're at 409.90 basically right now. So I will take that so far. But not a bad little range bound trade today. And we still hold a little piece of this, and maybe we'll add it back at the bottom and take some more off at the top. But we'll see. No, I don't use stops really. Yeah, we'll see what he says. Yeah, I'm in Ford as well. Tiny. Good luck on that. I hope we make some money. All right, so again, we are in this. I don't know what to do on the remaining shares. We're kind of break even here, but I think I'm just going to let it sit. Part of me wanted to add back. And again, I guess I'm looking at this like I think we're going to hold over the 200 EMA and then maybe test 410 again. But again, I really have no idea. And so we're just kind of trying to be patient. We already made some money on this, so we don't have to worry about it. If it turns on us, we're not going to be down. We're going to be break even on the day at minimum. So all right, so we are ripping back up some more here. Maybe I should have added some more back into the SPY, but it worked. Again, it's one of the reasons I like pre-market is because stuff like this works, man. We can make our money in pre-market, and everything's fine. Yeah, I just attack ranges in pre-market. I think range-bound trades are very easy. right, so we are pushing back up some more here. Again, up to 409.90s, basically 409.90s. We only have one contract left. Again, part of me wanted to buy Microsoft's dip and Google, and I'm a little bummed out I didn't. But it's all good. You know, again, we're in the SPY, about break even now. All right, so still testing 409.10s, 409.10, still at one contract now. Ended up taking most of it off, but we're about $20 in the trade. Yeah, for sure, Don, 100%, man. ENPH Enphase is a company that I just don't know super well, and it's energy related, and so I just don't know the company well enough to really make any big, bets on it. It's just not something I know super well. Again, I try to stick with stuff I know, like Google, Amazon, Apple, Disney, so forth and so on, right? I try to stick with what I know, and this just isn't one of them. I'm not trading with options flashing. I am trading with futures. It's a little bit different. So I'm trading on Top Step. Top Step is a funded account program for futures where they give you a demo. If you can hit the target on their demo while following their rules, they fund you between $50,000 to $150,000 with a 90% split, right? It's the most legit futures funded account program in the world. The real value of this is that it tests yourself as a trader, right? Like the E-mini right here, you can see is the same exact thing as the SPY. And so when you hear me say contract, it's a futures contract. It's not an option. There's the 410 test that we've been calling out this whole time. So there's the 410 test. And again, we've been calling that 410 level for some time now. I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of this off here. So you can kind of see this is us on the day. This is us the last 7 days. So not too bad here. We are up a little bit under $1,000 over the last week. And again, I am trading on the Top Step Combine. It's a beautiful way to test yourself. And to be fair, I'm always transparent about this. I think most people are not going to be able to get funded because most traders lose money. I mean, that's a normal expectation, is like most traders lose money. But this is a great way because instead of putting up the money yourself and risking thousands and losing that, you can try this funded account program. If you lose, it's not the end of the world. If you pass it, you got a 90% split once you're funded. And they pay out millions of dollars every year in actual withdrawals. They fund thousands of traders a year. Check them out. Great way to help support your boy. Again, they are a sponsor of mine, and so I'm definitely biased in their favor, though. Here's the link. Check it out. Nah, bro, you can not flashing. You can use futures, brother. You can 100% trade futures, man. The futures market is open to everybody, I think, right? Futures, again, to put this into perspective, just to show for everybody at home, right, that doesn't understand what I mean when I say futures. Futures got their name from farmers, actually, right? So futures, back in the day, farmers would have certain commodities that they were growing. And they, over time, sometimes they would get their business was unstable for the farmers because the farmers, they would grow certain crops. And, everybody's speculating on the price of crops, and over time, sometimes they would have all their crops, by the time it came to pick the crops, the prices would change so much to where their margins were wildly affected by price swings. To where it's like they would grow a specific commodity, and by the time it came to sell that commodity, the price had decreased so much to where it wasn't profitable for them to do so. They were losing money. And so one of the things they started doing was they started buying quote unquote future contracts, which were contracts it was contracts locking in the price for them, basically. So it was speculative contracts betting on the future price of a commodity. And so that way they could sell basically their crops beforehand at a specific price. And the speculators were taking the risk from it, because the speculators were the ones saying, hey, I think corn is going to increase X amount by this point. Like, why don't we lock in this rate for the farmers, so the farmers know they're going to make money, but we could speculate on it. Maybe we're wrong, and if we're wrong, we lose money. But regardless, like, the farmers had a way to lock in price to where it wasn't so swingy for them. They weren't risking all this money on prices that they didn't know what they were going to be. And they called it futures, right? Which are betting on the future price of the commodity. Over time, futures has grown to where you can now trade future contracts of the S&P 500. So now you can essentially trade the S&P 500, and that's what this right side is. It's the S&P 500 futures contract. But the beautiful thing about this is that in the US, you're restricted by the pattern day trading rule. Like here, you got the PDT rule. There is no PDT rule in futures, right? So what you can essentially get exposure to in futures is the stock market. You can trade the S&P 500, which is stocks. You try to trade the S&P 500 in the stock market, you're going to be restricted by the PDT rule, but there is no PDT rule in futures. And so you can essentially day trade the S&P 500 without restriction. And that's why a lot of day traders specifically gravitate towards futures. That's why we have these funded account programs. And that's why traders trade it, because they can get exposure to it without being restricted to only 3-day trades a week, basically. That's what futures are. That's where they got their name from. And so when you hear me say contracts, that's what I'm referring to. Yeah. And again, this is me mostly day trading only the S&P 500. It looks like me selling at the top of the range was the right move. Again, this is why I love pre-market, is because you guys heard me call out exactly what I wanted, which is I wanted a 410 test, right? We went up there to 410. We took our profit. We got out. And yeah, we went up there. We took our profit. We got out. You know, it rejected at 410, came right back down exactly as we thought might happen. All right, team. Anything else good today? I know we had some stuff come out with earnings, but I don't think we had any. We had Save. We got some earnings this evening, but we had Tyson, CNA Financial. No real big earnings today. What about tomorrow? Tomorrow we had BP, Jacobs, Hertz, DuPont. Nothing really big tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, Enphase, ENPH. I think I've tried ENPH earnings before too. How big is ENPH as a company? Because generally I like to cover the big earnings call, but if ENPH, I think ENPH is just a little bit too small. Would you guys want to watch ENPH earnings? We had some other people covering it, but nobody really cared about it enough to watch it, I guess. All right, SPY back to 200 EMA. You got to see that range that we were attacking here. Here's AMC. But yeah, ideally, like what we were looking at here, team, is we're just looking to attack this range. Here's the 410 level, right? Here's the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price, right? And so what we essentially did here in this range bound trade was we said, okay, our thesis was like, we think the market is going to hold at these 200 EMA and volume weighted average price. And so when we pulled back to those levels like this, we said, hey, we're going to buy this dip here and ride it up to the top of that range up here. Look at me, I'm John Madden over here. Let me clear this out. But yeah, we said we're going to buy the dip here and ride it up to the top of that range and then take profit. And that's exactly what we did. We concluded that we thought the market was going to bounce here and then maybe reject here. And so we had a entry profit target. And that's what we did. We wrote it up here. It got rejected. We covered at the top, bought at the bottom, covered at the top. It's a range-bound trade. Works really well if you can be patient enough with it. And when you have something like the 200 EMA and the volume-weighted average price kind of staying like it had been, I think it works. Microsoft still falling down a little bit. Again, I'm still kind of tempted to buy it. A lot of people talk about Amazon. There's Amazon. There's Apple up there. Apple. We got Tesla. Tesla very strong relative to everything else. Tesla's still close to 200 at 195s. Hey, what's up, Steve? All right, I don't think we really have anything big tomorrow, do we? We've got import-export prices tomorrow. Dropping at 8:30. I know we have JP. I know that's going on, but I don't think we have anything else. And then Thursday, we've got crude oil inventories. We've got some of the FOMC members speaking. No, nothing big Wednesday. It's a slower week here, I think. Thursday, we got jobless claims, obviously. Friday, we have nothing really. All right, market dipping down here. So again, you saw exactly what we thought might happen again too, which is a bounce at the 200 EMA. Again, we'll see if we move back up to 410s. Tesla just tapped 195s. We do have earnings coming out this week though. Let me see what we got here with regards to like the earnings reports coming through. Again, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, guys. Help me hit 100K. We're getting so close. Yeah, tomorrow I know we got the speech. We do have some earnings this week. Again, nothing really big. Tomorrow we got EMPH, we got Chipotle. Nothing else really big though, to be honest, tomorrow. A lot of the big earnings come later on this month. And so I know we'll hit 100K this month. We'll probably hit it within the next week. Wednesday, we got Disney earnings. We got Uber, CVS in the morning, Disney in the evening tomorrow. So that'll be big. Uber and CVS, Disney and Affirm tomorrow evening. So we'll stream tomorrow or Wednesday evening. Thursday, we got Pepsi in the morning, Hilton in the morning, CGC in the morning, Toyota, Credit Suisse, Ralph Lauren. Tuesday evening, we got PayPal. We got Lyft, Expedia, but nothing really big Thursday evening. When's the Fed? When's the next FOMC minutes report? The last one was about a week ago, so we still got a couple weeks until that comes out. Okay, so the minutes report comes out February 22nd. So February 22nd. So we still got some time for that. Hey, what's up, Full? Happy to be here, mate. Found your channel last week, and it's great background noise and talk going on. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you, sir. ENPH. Yeah, we might be able to cover it. Yeah, we'll be live during the speech for sure. For Jerome Powell. Yeah, for sure. Hey, what's up, Chris? So, yeah, we'll certainly be live for the speech here. Again, I don't know how influential it's going to be over markets, but like we're still going to stream it. I don't know how much it's going to move markets though. We got Disney earnings Wednesday. So we have some earnings, specifically Disney on Wednesday. So yeah, like we got some earnings, but no, this isn't Weeble. Hey, what's up, Derek? Next CPI is going to be, oh, that's when we'll hit for sure. In exactly a week from now, on the 14th, on Valentine's Day, we get CPI report coming out. That'll be big. So no matter what, we're going to hit 100K by then, for sure. We're going to hit 100K by then. So it's February 14th. So yeah, we'll definitely hit it by then. Hey, what's up, Chris? I'm hoping we hit it tomorrow, though. I mean, and there's a possibility we hit it tomorrow. So hey, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, guys. Again, there is a possibility we hit it tomorrow if enough people subscribe, hit the notification bell today. I'm talking to you right now who's like, hey, man, this dude gives great content, but I don't like subscribing. Listen, I'm talking to you right now. Subscribe. Just try it one time. Might feel good. Hit it. Do it now. All right, so yeah, Ford, we're actually slightly green on Ford today. Look at Ford right now. So we bought the Ford dip after the craziness from earnings here. So we bought the Ford dip after earnings, and we're actually kind of green on the trade now. Hey, I'll take it. Tesla dipping down a little bit. We'll see what Ford does. AMC still over $6 a share, which I think is great for AMC, to be honest. Here, Apple right in the middle here. We are breaking down right now. Amazon, we're breaking down a little bit too. We got the SPY finally dipping down some here. So maybe we'll open up to a more short bias trading. Hey, thank you, Amir. I appreciate you, brother. Hey, that's right, Justin. Hey, do it now. Hit the subscribe button. What's up, Derek? BZFD just took off. Hey, we'll see if we continue. All right, so Tesla at 194.50s here, 194.50s. AMC at 640s. Yeah, but I know for sure, like, looking at the channel here, I know we're going to hit 100K before 2 weeks. Like, within 2 weeks, we'll hit it. Like, really what's happening with the channel, if you want me to be real about it, like, what's happening with the channel is, like, we've grown so much over the last 6 months that it's like, okay, and we're still growing by, like, I think we're growing by over 4,000 subscribers a month still. It's just like the last couple weeks, we already hit a couple thousand. We've already gone from like 97 to 99 over the last 2 weeks here. So we just got, it's unfortunate that we hit 99 point whatever thousand and then we have a slow week. It's kind of hard for me as channel to be like, man, now we got to wait until a busier week, which is next week. Still, we got a shot this week. We got Jerome Powell meeting tomorrow. We've got Disney earnings Wednesday. So it's possible for sure that we hit 100K by Wednesday. But we'll see. But yeah, at this point in time, like we've got 100,000 subscribers. And so it's like a lot of people are just already subscribed. You know, you start running out of subscribers, you know. But I appreciate you all here. Thank you guys so much for spending your morning with me. And yeah, let's keep the growth up, guys. All right, so market's starting on a downturn here. And again, it looks like Apple is kind of the one dragging it down. There's Apple right now. So Apple certainly broke down. Tesla still looks pretty strong. Amazon is starting to look weak too, testing that 102 low. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't buy into Microsoft yet because I kind of wanted to now. And again, this downward move is nothing yet. The SPY is still very green over the last 10 days. And so it could be something where I look to enter. Are you guys buying or selling right here, I guess is the question. Hey, what's up, Will? Hey, my guy, thank you, brother. Hey, thank you, Chris. Yeah, we got a Patreon somewhere, bro. I should throw it up. Selling. Hey, we'll see. Like I said, again, fearful when others are greedy when others are fearful. The trading strategy that has worked the best for me personally is taking contrarian trades, right? Like if everybody's screaming market crash, I'm buying that dip and usually making money. If everybody hates Snapchat and they think it's the worst company ever, I'm buying Snapchat at the very cheap value it's at and riding it up for 15% over the next few days. If everybody hates Microsoft, we ended up buying Microsoft a few days ago when Microsoft was way down here, and it rode it back up big percentages pretty quickly. We ended up doing it with Snapchat as well. We did it with Disney at the 90s. And so again, when I hear everybody yelling bear, I'm usually buying it up. When I hear everybody saying bull, I'm usually skeptical and just not trading. And so we'll see. Disney at 110s here. Again, it's definitely not cheap enough for me to really buy it or find interest in it. But maybe we get some bounce backs here. Selling at the moment. Made some money already. Nice, man. What's up, Abdul? What's up, bro? Hope you're doing good, man. But yeah, rest in peace to everybody overseas. Very sad. What's y'all's favorite movie right now? My genuine, like, long-term favorite movie is either Pulp Fiction or Interstellar. Those are my two genuine favorite movies. Now, there's a lot of movies I like outside of that, but those are my favorite two, probably. Pulp Fiction, Interstellar. You know, I like Christopher Nolan movies. They're pretty solid. see what everybody says. Godfather. Godfather's a good one, man. The Matrix. The Matrix is great. 100K this weekend. John shaves his beard, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm going to shave the beard no matter what, bro. I just don't think so. Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Lord of the Rings are probably up there for me, too. The trilogy, for sure. The trilogy is just probably one of the greatest trilogies of all time. It probably is that. There's some other better ones, or there's some other close ones, but I don't know if they're better than Lord of the Rings. All right, Tesla's still bouncing up a little bit. Disney's still down there. AMC's trying. Again, watching the SPY. We've had some red action over the last few minutes here for sure. Still in this range. We got to watch the bottom at 408.40s down there for the SPY here. So we got to watch this bottom level right here. Training Day? I like Training Day. I watched Training Day not too long ago. Great movie, for sure. Yeah, the founder story with, man, I can't remember the actor's name. But yeah, I saw that. Honestly, that dude basically stole that business, bro. You know? But honestly, it was McDonald's fault, to be honest. All right, market started to bounce back. Getting ready to test the volume-weighted average price. Bro, I don't feel good today, man. I took an ibuprofen, but, man, I'm just not feeling 100 today. I woke up, my throat hurts, man. The Bourne trilogy? Nah, not even close. Not even close. The Bourne trilogy is great. I like the first one for sure. After that, it gets a little sticky, but I like the first one for sure. Tesla moving up to 195s, almost 195s. Market is testing the volume-weighted average price. The SPY just tapped the VWAP. But yeah, I mean, listen, the Bourne movies are good. They're not that good. You know, they're not up there with the greatest movies of all time. The first one was great. The rest of them are all right. You know, they had too many sequels, I think, for them. You know. The Big Short's good if you, yeah. Equalizer, the first one is really good. Ex Machina. Yeah, as a software developer, I like that. But Star Wars is all right. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I love Star Wars. But they're certainly not the greatest movies of all time. Like, that's just obvious. Like, it's just not the greatest movie of all time. You know, they're just not. They're good. I like them. You know, my daughter and I's thing is Star Wars. We watch all the Star Wars movies together. But they're good. But are they the GOAT movie? No. Baby Driver's all right. All right, so market went up to the volume-weighted average price and then just completely rejected this. Grandma's Boy is great. It's just a classic movie. It's a classic comedy. Grandma's Boy, Superbad, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Like, those are my favorite three comedies, probably. Boondock Saints is pretty good. It's not the greatest, but it's good. I know the beard was a sensitive bet. It's just not happening. You know, it's just not happening. Like, we're going to hit 100K, you know. And so betting that, you know, there's no reason to. Maybe we'll do a giveaway of some sort. We gave away an Xbox last year in November. Jurassic Park's up there. Cable Guy, good. Definitely not the GOAT. Yeah, so again, we're right now in this range here. So you can see the market in this range. Like right now, down to 409s. We're watching 409s. We're in that range here between the volume weighted average price. So again, just like we had the range at the top, now we have this bottom range here, and you can kind of see we're rejecting. It's one of the reasons the volume weighted average price is so powerful. Is because you can have this range that we were attacking earlier where we bought the dip at the bottom, rode it to the top, covered at the top. Now we have this bottom range. We break under the VWAP, tap the bottom, move up to the top, reject at the top, go back to the bottom. We're like John Madden right here. Apple. Yeah, Apple breaking lows, looking weak. Apple. Here's Google. Microsoft right around that level. Amazon. Yeah, so this is Apple dragging the market down. And Apple still very strong over a 10-day chart, which is just surprising. Apple had rough earnings. Yeah, Cloud Atlas with what's his name? It's good. Shawshank is good for sure. Reservoir Dogs is good. It's not the greatest. The Truman Show, that movie legit messed with me as a kid. You'll watch the Truman Show and you'll be like, bro, it's my life a movie. At this point in time, it used to be a lot more plausible before the age of technology that we're currently in, where it's like you see how vast the internet is now and you realize that like it's not happening. But before this, before the internet got really, really big, you watch the Truman Show and you're like, are they trolling me with this movie? You know, am I really being recorded? You know, nowadays it's like the technology is just so big that, you know, it's not real, but it messed with me as a kid. I remember watching the Truman Show and for like a year afterwards being like, hey, am I Truman? Is everybody filming me? Goodfellas is definitely the best. I don't know, Goodfellas, Casino, they're both up there with good mob movies. All right, but yeah, Apple dipping down a little bit. Again, here's the SPY. We're up small on the day. Again, staying in that range we talked about. Look, rejecting at the top, pivoting back down to the bottom. We'll see if we hold, but all right, so again, testing 409 right now. Ender's Game is good. No, never seen it, James. The Irishman was good. I can't get past the fact that The Irishman was probably BS nonsense. You know, at least for most of the real mob people, they say that The Irishman is just not how it really went down, and that the guy was trying to make money after he got out of jail, and so he made up a, as they say, a fugazi story, and that was it. So I just can't get past that, where like Michael Francis and all the other mob people are like, nah, that's not how it was. But maybe they're just trying to deflect it. I don't know. Yeah, The Irishman was good, but it got dull, is the problem with The Irishman. It was good. I love Scorsese. You know, I love Scorsese mob movies, especially. Like Goodfellas, Casino. The Irishman was good, though. But it dragged on. It was too long. Yeah, those are some good movies, Chris. Snatch and then Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. That's really good. Those OG British crime movies were fun, man. Anyways, SPY at 409. Let's see if it actually bounces here. Let's see if it bounces at 409s. Put some music back on. There we go. Fast and Furious. The first Fast and Furious was good. I like the other ones, but like the problem was like I actually liked racing and stuff back then. Like Fast and Furious, the first one was like more realistic to like tuner culture than any other one, you know. And so the problem with the Fast and the Furious is that when it was first made, it was great. The first one was great. First one was very in tune with like that race culture that everybody loved back then. And then Too Fast, Too Furious came out, and it was kind of like, all right, bro, y'all get the F out of here, dude. Like, this thing is just, it went from being super realistic to super, super fake. Like, once it went blockbuster, it went from super realistic to super, super fake. And then everyone after that has just gotten progressively worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, to the point where it's like, first one, super realistic. Every freaking one after that was just nonsense, you know, to the point where it's like now you got people doing kick flips in vehicles and, you know, just jumping off of buildings and just all this ridiculous stuff, bro. After a point, it's just like, all right, y'all ruined it. You know, y'all had the best movie and y'all ruined it. Yeah, basically, Jimmy. Pulp Fiction, yeah. Yeah. Tesla up to almost 195. So let's see if it holds. Market bounce right at 409s. AMC still struggling here. Yeah. Keeping it real with the franchise. What do you mean by that? The first one was great. Like I said, the first one realistic, you know, tuner, like the cars were realistic. The look into that kind of racing culture was realistic. It was all realistic in the first one. Now it was a little bit, you know, Hollywood, but it was real and it was cool. And it got me into cars, to be honest, when I was young. I saw the first one when I was like 15. The problem is everyone after that, like I said, it went from super realistic, and then Too Fast, Too Furious came out. And it was just kind of like, what the heck is this? Like, what are y'all talking about now? Like, now every car's got like all this NOS, like no engines are getting blown. Like, it went from realistic, you know, to the point where it's like driving too fast will blow your motor in the first one, like he did. And then the second one was just dog poop. You know what I mean? It was just kind of like, no, you know, it went from realistic to completely just nonsense. Different directors, you know. The easiest way to put it is like the person who made Fast and Furious, the first one, actually understood cars a little bit. The next guy had no idea what he was talking about with cars. With regards to cars, he had no idea what he was talking about. And he just went off of cliche and stereotypes. They went to space. The tank scene. I like American Made. It's about the pilot guy. Yeah, I like that one. Mad Max was great. I like Mad Max. The Departed's good too. All right, guys. So what do y'all think the market's gonna do today? I like talking about movies, but the longer I do this, the more somebody's gonna be like, you know. So, where do y'all think the market ends today? Let me look at the poll numbers. We did a poll today. Face-Off movie. I try to get my family to watch Face-Off because it's a movie I saw like growing up. You see these movies on HBO when you're like young, right? Like you watch Face-Off, you know, you watch Poseidon, you know, you watch Cruise, Speed, and all these ridiculous movies growing up. And you don't realize how bad a lot of them were until you get really old. And then you're like, then you look back and you're like, Face Off. What a ridiculous movie. But you love it all the same. It's nostalgic, it's hilarious, and it's kind of good, you know. I try to get my family to watch Face Off. I showed them the trailer. They absolutely refused to watch it with me. Like, they're never going to watch it with me. I tried to get them to, though. I showed them the trailer, you know. And that killed it. That ruined it. They're never going to see it with me, unfortunately. Yeah, my daughter showed me that one, Hayden. She showed me the trailer for that. It looks funny. All right, guys. So, again, SPY bouncing up a little bit. Looking at the poll numbers here. We got about 600 votes. 54% think the market bounces back from this morning's drops. 50% think the market's coming back here. Vote on that poll. Let me know what you guys think about this and what the market's going to do. We'll see if we can break 1,000 in profit over the last week. Yeah, Edwin, that's a good movie, though. That's just a genuinely good movie. I love Quentin Tarantino movies. All his stuff is good. Almost all of it. Most of it's good. Inception didn't really mess with me. You know what movie's hard to follow? Tenet. So hard to follow, bro. Like, I was explaining it to my daughter. I tried watching it with my daughter, and my daughter's like, Daddy, I have no idea what's going on here. And I was honest. I was like, I don't either. You know, you got to watch it a few times to really understand it, and it's just too much. Yeah. All right, guys. Tesla up there. Market bouncing at 409. I think 409 is a reasonable level to pay attention to now, too. So we'll see. Are you looking at any penny stocks? No, not really. Not particularly, no. I like Avatar. Shutter Island is too sad for me as a parent to watch Into the Shoot. As a parent, I can't watch Shutter Island. I watched it over a decade ago or however long. But now as a parent, there ain't no way I'm watching that movie, bro. There's zero chance I'm watching that movie. You like that stuff when you're young. As you get older, it's just kind of like, you know. I don't feel like being sad today, you know. Tesla up to almost 195. So we'll see if it breaks. Tesla honestly leading the market right now. The whole market's down. All tech is down. Tesla's strong. Tesla's up to almost 195. It's gapping up. It's green on the day. Pretty solidly green, too. It did dip a little bit Friday before the closing bell. So Tesla tapped 199 Friday and then basically gave it all back and pivoted all the way back, and now it's trying. Hey, good morning, Jeanette. All right, guys, SPY moving back up. It's at 409. It's almost 49.50. Still below the volume weighted average price. Still under the 200 EMA. Juice? I like Juice. I like Poetic Justice. I like Juice. You know? I like all those movies, to be honest. I like Belly. You know? I like all of them. They're all good. All right, guys, SPY up to 409.40s here. AMC at 630s. So AMC, it looked good initially, and then it's just kind of faded into obscurity this morning. Angels in the outfield. Hey, listen, I love baseball movies just as good as all of it. Like, my daughter and I, we're kind of a baseball family. And when it comes to sports, like, the only sport I can genuinely teach my kids is baseball. And so my daughter knows how to play softball really well, you know. My son knows how to play, for sure.
baseball. So we love baseball movies. Rookie of the Year is probably our top one. Rookie of the Year and Sandlot, obviously, but like I like Rookie of the Year a little bit more than Sandlot because that's what I watched growing up. I watched Sandlot too, but Angels in the Outfield. I remember I had the VHS when I was a kid. I loved it. You know, at this point in time, it's so bad that it's kind of good. All right, market's testing the volume weighted average price now. Yeah, I remember all those. Homeward Bound. Yeah, never seen that one. SLC Punk, I love that one. That one's good. It's got the dude from 13 Ghosts in it. We saw that the other day. And it's got the dude from Final Destination. It's just good, man. It's funny. It's good. Gotta watch it once every few years. My wife grew up, spent her teenage years in Utah, and so she can relate to it a little bit more than I can. But it's still good. SPY at 409.30s. Yeah, we got Tesla dipping down here. We got some support potentially here on Tesla at around 194. Yeah, Requiem of Dreams is just too sad, bro. It's just too sad of a movie, man. I don't want to watch that. Like I said, you watch this movie when you're young. As you get older and you have kids, like I don't want to watch any of that stuff, man. It's too sad, bro. Hey, good luck, Brant. You got this, bro. Again, what I did to quit smoking, I used to smoke a long time ago. I quit like 5-6 years ago. What made me quit was I went from vaping, I went from smoking cigarettes to vaping nicotine. And then I went from vaping nicotine to vaping CBD. And then I went from vaping CBD to nothing. Right? That's how I quit. It worked a lot for me. Again, you got to do baby steps. If you try to go cold turkey, it's never going to work. You know, not in my opinion. So you got to do baby steps. And that's the way I did it. Worked really well. Yeah, 100% Pawn. Yeah, I don't ever want to watch that movie, bro. Baba short? Hey, we'll see. Baba, I just don't trust it. SPY pop it over volume weighted average price over the 200 EMA. So market started to bounce back a little bit here. This song has a crow in it. Hey, good luck, guys. If y'all are trying, good luck. All right, we're going to get this ready. I'm going to get futures ready, guys. We're going to get, like I said, we traded futures already today. We're up small on the day here. We're going to see if we keep it up, keep it going. Yeah, we're going to. Also, guys, y'all check out Top Step real quick. Check out Chart Prime. Chart Prime is a trading view indicator service. Super useful here, man. Like if I put up Bitcoin, right? You can use it with Bitcoin. You can use it with crypto. You can use it with stocks, Forex futures. You can use it with all this different stuff. And I think a lot of traders use it with these as well. What Chart Prime does, it's a custom trading indicator service. Here's on the SPY. We'll put the SPY up. Whoa. What it does is it gives you custom signals. And number one, I'm going to preface this with like, I can't guarantee anybody's going to make money with it. Nobody can. Again, it's a trading view indicator service. We'll get this out of the way. You can kind of check it out here. But again, it's called Chart Prime. It could just be powerful in terms of picking out tops and bottoms. So like if you look at this, right? And again, I'm going to preface this with I cannot guarantee anybody's going to make money with anything. Pure speculation here. And again, nobody can make money for you. It all depends on how good of a trader you are. But look at this. So I like finding a lot of them showing together at once, right? So here's bear engulfing, possible reversal down. You get a nice drop. from that, right? Same thing, bullish engulfing, a bunch showing up at once, you get a nice bounce. You got this candlestick signaling the drop, you get the reversal up signal, you get a big bounce. And again, it gives you range, it automatically documents support or resistance. There's a lot of ways you could use this, right? And it's very cheap. It's less than 55 bucks a month. I think it's less than 60 if you use my link. And then again, here's the same, another example of it. If you find them showing up together at once, and it's not going to work every time, but look, two showing up together at once, you get a really nice bounce after that. It's called Chart Prime. It's a trading view indicator service that, again, you can use it in stocks, crypto, Forex, futures. You can use it on 1 minute, 5 minute, so forth and so on time frames. And it can just be really useful. Check it out. Again, they are a sponsor of mine. I'm definitely biased in their favor because they pay me money. So I'm definitely biased in their favor. And I cannot guarantee anybody's going to make money with anything. But there's the link if you want to check it out. All right, guys, market's moving up again. Slight green day so far in futures. Made a little bit of money in futures. We're going to see if we can use that and roll that into more. All right, let's get ready. Yeah, so we're trading the micro. We've also been trading the regular E-mini a lot lately too, which is kind of where we started to roll up our stack. If you look at our top step progress here, we are up over 1,000 on our top step combine, and we have not had a losing day yet. So we'll see if we keep it up. But again, we've got a cushion now that we can swing into, and like that's the goal. Is we got a cushion now we can swing into it. Market's still pulling back. We got this really obvious range. And my channel's been growing like crazy. We're almost up to about 300K a month in terms of views, about 300,000 views a month here for this channel. So that's beautiful here, guys. We appreciate you all. Let's keep that growth up. Right, and that might be what it is, Brant. But like, again, what made me stop is, again, I went from smoking cigarettes, and again, vaping is way better than smoking cigarettes for sure. Like, the only people that claim it's not are the people who still want to smoke cigarettes, right? So they're gonna say, oh, well, we don't know what's in vapes. It's like, well, we know what's in cigarettes. It's way worse for you. Smoking anything is just unhealthy, right? Vaping anything is better than smoking it. And so it's like a lot of the times you're addicted to just the behavior of moving your hands and all that stuff, right? And so again, the way I got around it was I did exactly what I said. I went from smoking cigarettes to vaping nicotine. Then you get used to vaping, and then I went from vaping nicotine to vaping CBD. And so I still was able to do the hand movement that I'm used to, but I pivoted to something where CBD is shown to reduce inflammation. It's not terrible for you, right? And so you're switching from something that's obviously bad for you to something that's better for you, right? And you're still able to do the hand movement. And then once you've kind of weaned yourself off of nicotine, then you pivot from vaping CBD to nothing, or you can go from vaping CBD to vaping nothing. Like, they have those vapes that don't have anything in them, right? Then you could do that, and then you could go down to nothing. But it's a stairs. You got to take a stairs out. That's the only way I was able to do it. And I smoked for 25 years. And it worked, it worked really well. Again, I can't guarantee it's going to work for you guys. Definitely not recommending y'all do anything. Just showing you guys what works for me. All right, guys, we're pulling back down. Yeah, well, something like that can make you quit for sure, Biggie, 100%, man. If you get, again, it just takes time. Again, that's how I was able to do it, and I did it for a long time. But like that's how I quit, and it worked. Again, if I had to quit again, that's what I'd do. But man, the earthquakes overseas are just rough, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. All right, so Elon had a quote. He said, quote, "Last 3 months were extremely tough. Has had to save Twitter from bankruptcy while fulfilling essential Tesla and SpaceX duties. Wouldn't wish that pain on anyone. Twitter still has challenges, but it's now trending to break even if we continue." So I don't know, man. I don't know if I buy it. I think there's risks, but hey, like I said, I was skeptical of Tesla, and it's proved me wrong. So, you know, it is what it is. Definitely was wrong about Tesla. Yeah, I never really struggled. I've got a lot of willpower, man. Like I'm definitely top 3 most high willpower people in the world right now, for sure. Definitely top 3. But I never had a hard time stopping caffeine. I mean, I'm drinking caffeine right now, but I never really struggled with it, you know, luckily. Yeah, man. All right, guys. Hey, hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. We appreciate it. Hit the notification bell too if you haven't yet. We appreciate it. Yeah, coffee, man. Like I said, I'm kind of different. I never drank coffee when I was growing up. Like I didn't start drinking coffee until I was like 30 something. And so I never drank coffee growing up. Like I wasn't like a daily coffee drinker until I was like 30 something, maybe like 32. So I was kind of backwards to where it's like a lot of people drink coffee when they're younger, or when they're like just starting, like when they're 18, 19, 20. I was never like that. I didn't drink coffee at all. I only started like a few years ago. Yeah. I don't think we have any other big data coming out today either, man. It's kind of... I don't think we have any big data coming out today. Again, bigger stuff tomorrow. We've got Jerome Powell. We've got some earnings tomorrow. Wednesday, we got Disney earnings too. I don't really trade the US 30. I most of the time trade the E-mini, maybe the NASDAQ 100 occasionally. But so we do have some stuff this week. Again, Thursday, I think we got PayPal earnings, and I guess we can cover that. I don't know if I've ever covered PayPal earnings before. I think I might have. Let me see. And how much do you think PayPal earnings are really going to influence markets, though, is the real question. I'm going to see if I ever covered them. When's Coinbase earnings? I think a lot of these are later on in the week. Yeah, we're still green and forward, so believe it or not. So we are still green and forward. Market's also starting to pump back up. I don't think we ever streamed PayPal earnings. We might have tried the. What do you guys think? Should I stream PayPal earnings? It's Thursday. Yeah, I don't think anything morally against cannabis. I think cannabis legalization is necessary. I think we're spending too much of our tax dollars like prohibiting it, and I think it's just wasting tax dollars, and a lot of it is brought upon by like the pharmaceutical and prison industry, unfortunately. So it's like we're just wasting tax dollars, and then ironically, like law enforcement lobbies against it. So it's just kind of like a conflict of interest, where something that's objectively less harmful than a lot of our modern substances that are legal and sold at gas stations, like cigarettes and alcohol, something objectively less harmful is marginalized, and you know, it's just bad for the world to keep cannabis illegal. You know, who knows when it's going to happen? And there's a lot of cannabis stocks that people got really hyped up in. I know Tilray was one. I think they dropped earnings a few days ago, and they used to be $300. Now they're $3. You know, way back in the day, Tilray, maybe it wasn't 300, maybe, yeah, it was exactly 300. So back on, in 2018, Tilray was 300. It's just much cheaper now. And again, I think the problem is, like, a lot of people thought we'd be federally legal by now, but lobbying efforts have won out, and, you know, politicians on both sides refuse to budge with it, you know. So who knows when it'll actually be legalized and cannabis stocks will run. But yeah, I hope so. I mean, the real mover, though, Adam, would be federal legalization. Like, individual states might do it, but, you know, until they open up banking to it, it's still going to struggle in most places. Yeah, I don't know when that's going to happen, CT. They're still... I mean, I understand the need for those type of laws a little bit more, because some people are just super addicted to sports gambling, but it's something that I still don't know. Like, you know. All right, guys, we got about 9 minutes here. 9 minutes. Yeah, but to be honest, fireworks, they say that every year, you know, and to be honest, I'm skeptical of the politicians behind it, because a lot of them say they want it legalized, but they intentionally put out like okay, it needs baby steps to get it legalized. There needs to be baby steps, right? There needs to be small pushes forward. And it's like a lot of the politicians say they want to legalize it, but when it comes time to make the baby steps, they try to just do these big, broad bills that they understand. Like, they are analytical and enough to know that these will never pass, right? They know these are never going to pass, but when they put them out, you know, it gives them positive publicity, but they know it's never going to pass, right? Like, that's been the biggest issue so far, is like the baby steps are not reasonable. Like, they're these broad bills that they just know we're never going to pass. They know they're never going to agree on it. And I think that's the point, unfortunately, because both sides are getting a lot of money from lobbyists against it. And it is what it is. Anyways, the market just made a big pop back up here. We'll see if it continues. Did Apple bounce? Apple did bounce back over the volume weighted average price, over the 200 EMA. But yeah, we're testing the top of that range. You can see the range we drew here. We'll see if it continues. All right, so we're pushing up here, testing these levels. We'll see if we continue, but again, sideways market if I've ever seen one. We don't have too many big stuff coming out. We got Jerome Powell tomorrow. Maybe the market might be waiting for him to say stuff tomorrow. That is possible that they're just kind of chilling, waiting for him to say some stuff, but who knows, man. All right, so Kramer reportedly says the economy is going to be strong despite the rate hikes, citing the January jobs report. That's a bad sign, guys. It's bad news. Uh-oh. Apple falling back down under the 200 EMA, under the volume weight. It's still above the VWAP here, but still falling down. Yeah, I don't think any of that matters, though. That's not what it's about right now. Like, if you want true legalization, what you really need is you need banking to change in that regard. All right, so again, market's testing the top of the range. We got 6 minutes. Again, it's a slower day today. We just don't have much data to cover. Usually we're covering some type of echo data, and we just don't have that today. Some type of earnings. We don't really have any big. We had Tyson Foods this morning with some earnings, but pretty slow day. Again, we are green on Ford, believe it or not. We are actually green on Ford. Today we got Activision Blizzard, which is big, but it's not big enough, I don't think. We got Robinhood and Disney Wednesday. That'll be the big one. Under Armour, Uber, CVS Wednesday morning. Again, nothing else really big, except for maybe PayPal Thursday morning or Thursday evening. And I guess I could cover PayPal, but I don't know. Nothing really big. It's kind of a slow week. We take a break this week for earnings, and then I think next week we spark some more stuff. Next week we've got... Is it next Tuesday? Ooh, so yeah, so next Tuesday is a big day. But yeah, next week, Monday is slow. Next Monday, we got Palantir earnings in the evening, and we'll cover that. That'll help us. Tuesday, CPI day, but we also have Airbnb, Upstart, and a few other ones in the evening. Wednesday, Roblox in the morning. Next Wednesday, that is. Shopify, Roku, Cisco in the evening. Next Thursday, we got a few ones in the morning, but DraftKings, Applied Material in the evening, Dropbox in the evening. So yeah, honestly, next week's pretty slow with regards to earnings too. We might have some stuff starting the week after that. The week after that, we got Walmart, Home Depot, Coinbase. It's going to be the 21st. Wednesday, we got NVIDIA. Oh, so we got NVIDIA and Lucid same day on Wednesday, the 22nd. On the 23rd, we got Alibaba, Moderna, SQ. So yeah, market's still pushing up. Apple's kind of weighing in on the market here. Tesla's still trying to hold though. Yeah, I got it right this time, Chris. Never again. Well, I mispronounced it. Never again. Even if they legalized it. Yeah, I mean, and again, I don't actually do cannabis. Like, obviously, like, I'm married with kids, and like, it's just, I was always kind of like paranoid when I did it, and I just never liked it like that. But criminalizing it causes, it hurts the economy, is what it really does. Like, it creates a unregulated market that's worse for everybody. People are going to do it no matter what. Like, people are going to consume it regardless of its legalization status, right? So what you're essentially doing when you criminalize it is you're creating these sketchy markets outside of regulation. and that's worse. Apple was moving very volatile here. Look at Apple pop here. So I'm going to pull Apple chart out, just the Apple chart. Apple might have reported some type of news here. Look at Apple move. Or at least I saw it moving. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, look at Apple move here. Where'd it go? There it is. So Apple was moving here. It's slowing down some. Did a catalyst come out? Maybe not. But there's Apple move. Let me see if we find anything for it. Yeah, I don't see any news for Apple, but it's moving some, influencing the market for sure. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes. All right, micro E-mini starting to push back up still here. We got about a minute and a half until the market opens. Did Microsoft really pop? I'm going to be so PO'd if Microsoft did bounce. And I was talking about buying the dip. Oh, my gosh, dude. Bro, I told you guys I wanted to buy Microsoft this morning. I got to stop listening to the chat room, bro. I got to stop listening to you guys. No offense. But, like, my swing trades have been on point lately. And the logic behind my swing trades has been great. I'm not going to say y'all influenced me heavily this morning, but I was like, hey, I might buy Microsoft. I had a bunch of people like, no, don't do it. It's one of the reasons, like, I got to just tune everybody else out. Microsoft just ripped up big. About to go green on the day. Would have loved to be in this right now. Some type of news must have just happened, though. But, it hurts. It hurts. All right, guys, market open. There's the market opening right now. Market just opened. Market pushing up even more. Mostly for Microsoft, I would say right now. Getting ready to test the top of that range. Yeah, Microsoft just not down enough. No, it's effectively already started the run, and it's after the opening bell now, so it's just inherently more volatile. But yeah, so Microsoft, the E-mini pushing up, broke highs, broke the top of the range on the day. And the difference is that Microsoft's just not cheap enough for me anymore. It was good to buy this morning in pre-market when I was talking about it. Now it's just, again, if I was in it already, I'd be up about $1.50 a share. And that would make it justifiable for me to take more. But at this point in time, it's too high up there. I'd be chasing if I bought it now. All right, market's flying back up, though. I should have bought the dip like I talked about. What's AMC doing? AMC's ripping back up. Let's see if it continues. Again, y'all hit that subscribe button. Help me hit 100K. We're getting close. All right, still pumping up to 4130s on the E-mini. AMC pumping up to 650s. All right, so we might have a little dip here. We're gonna review movies here if we want full. I mean, that's just kind of part of it. Movie reviews aren't what stopped me from buying Microsoft. Again, other people's sentiment of it really kind of did, but you know, it's all good. It's not really their fault. You know, they were just wrong. And it's all good. Let's see if we got a dip though to buy here. We're gonna buy one contract here. We're already green in pre-market, so we got one contract. We might add a little bit more if it starts to go in my favor. I'm gonna add a little bit more. We got 2 contracts now. Luckily, we're already green in this, so even if it goes against me, we're still fine. I'd love for this to pivot back up and test greens. Microsoft just ripped over highs again. It depends on what Apple's doing. I think Apple's one that we got to watch. AMC pumping up too. Apple just turned. So again, that's where the risk is. I don't mind this dip though. This still looks okay. Apple's starting to creep up. We're gonna take 4 contracts now. See if we get a big pop back up fast. There we go. There we go. I just took half off. 2 contracts left. So right around break even now. Apple's still moving up, so I'm gonna start adding some more to this here. We got 3 contracts. All right, we just took a little bit off, 1 off. Took some more off, 1 contract left. I just took the last little bit. Right, up about 50 on the day so far. Apple broke over the VWAP, but now it's kind of retracing back down, so that might influence sentiment. So we're just going to wait now. Yeah, it was long. I just cut it. Microsoft dipping down a little bit here. Gonna take 1 contract here on this downwick pressure that might come in. I got to be very quick with it though, because if some of these other ones keep dipping, then we're just gonna have to get out. We're break even on this now though. We'll add some more if we get some more signs of strength here, that might be it right there. Watching Apple pretty closely this morning. Again, break even on this trade. Part of me wants to add more. Part of me is like, I'll wait. I'm going to cut this. Microsoft's starting to break down, so we're going to get out there. And maybe it bounces back up, but we're going to patiently wait. Oh no, Apple just moved back up too. All right, big pullback down on the SPY. Apple rejecting at the VWAP here, and looks like cutting the move was right there too. Or cutting the move right there was the right move. Watching Microsoft try to test these levels here. Watching Apple struggle too, but there's too much unknown right now, so I'm going to just stop trading for a second and let things cool off a little bit first. Very choppy on Microsoft. Apple's very choppy too. The SPY's, it had a not so choppy open, but it's starting to pull back to the VWAP here, so you know, people might be nervous ahead of the Jerome Powell press conference tomorrow or whatever it is, you know. Apple looking weaker and weaker as time goes on, so we will pivot to a more short bias trading strategy if it sets up well enough for us. There goes Microsoft starting to tap under lows. It's like I said, it was too expensive. Like, I wish I would have bought it earlier, not right now, because I was worried this would happen from it. So I'm glad I didn't FOMO trade into it anyway. Market looking weak though. Market's trying to break down. All right, market's bouncing up a little bit. We'll see if it holds or what happens here. Very choppy neutral market. Apple testing lows of the day. Starting to break down, it looks like here. We'll see if it continues down. Microsoft broke lows too. Trying to see what's dragging Microsoft up or what's dragging the market up. Market very neutral, very choppy. Microsoft really looking red. All right, we are riding one contract of the regular E-mini down here, looking for a little bit more. All right, so we just cut that. Oh no, we got one contract left. Man, I would have been up more just now if I would have managed the trade right. Still though, here's the P&L on the day. We are up about 85, a little bit under 100 bucks. And again, we'll see what happens on the rest. Trading the micro and the regular. Watching Apple to influence the positions we're taking, to be honest. Microsoft look really weighed down here, so not going to use anything yet. Tyson Foods. I don't like Tyson Foods. Testing the top here. We might start taking a little bit larger contracts of the micro. Anticipating a breakdown here. This looks weak. Yeah, we're going to take 3 contracts of the regular. There's the flush down. All right, we just took a little bit off there. All right, we just cut some more. So we got out of that trade really quickly. Short little momentum trade. We are up about $112 on the day. So far in the last 7, we are up over 1,000. Let me refresh this to show you. But show you what we are up. Here. Let me do this. Maybe the last 7 days will register. Here, let me exit out of this and restart it. Just so y'all see, for whatever reason, sometimes you need to reset it. There we go. All right, so yeah, last week we are up about $1,010. Not bad. Starting to push up a little bit now. Again, I'm watching Disney. Microsoft had a pretty big rebound here too. Yeah, Tyson might be good. Big dip from earnings too. Honestly, I just don't know enough about it. Big rejection at that support level we drew here. Market's starting to break down here. This looks very weak, but and I see Apple start to break. So we're going to take 2 contracts here and ride for maybe a potentially larger breakdown here, but just 2. And then maybe we'll add some more if we get like a favorable ad spot or what. But we'll let it break back. We wanted to break down a little bit after we enter first if we're going to add to it, which we're kind of starting to get here. There we go. It doesn't look like we'll need to add to it. We'll take 1 off there. We got the big breakdown play that we wanted, and we'll cover and then maybe add back on a bounce back here. Gonna get up about 140 on the day. All right, so here's the bounce back. We're gonna short into this quickly. 1 contract, 2 contracts. Let's maybe take 3 here. See if we get the momentum flush that we're looking for. There we go. Took most of that off. We got 1 contract. We'll get out there too. So yeah, here's the graph. We are up about 150 on the day. Got a nice little cushion on the day now. I don't know what we want to do with the rest of this. Disney bouncing up a little bit. We're watching Apple here too. Maybe we can look for a little pop and then make some more. All right, so Apple completely reversing, dragging the market back up here. So we're gonna wait. This looks very strong. Some type of news just happened here. The rest of tech is getting pushed up with it as well. So we are getting some rebounds in tech as we speak here. Let me see if there's an Apple deal. Or I think there might be a Microsoft deal. Let me see. Microsoft expects the UK antitrust body to oppose the Activision deal. So that's what's going on with Microsoft here. I don't know if that's what's dragging the market up. Let me look at other places here. All right, we did reject this level. So you can see this level we drew here. We rejected completely off of it. And then Microsoft just got rejected at the top at 257.20s. Apple pulling back a little bit. Again, we're so neutral on the day right now. I'm just glad I'm green at all. All right, so again, we got. I kind of think we might break down here, but it depends on what Apple does. Again, I have no idea really what we're gonna do, but it really depends on what Apple does right here. Apple looks like a cup and handle breakout pattern to be forming, maybe. But it depends on. It really depends on what we get here from this. Part of me wants to short, but if Apple rips up like a cup and handle breakout, then the short's just gonna get stopped out. This rejection looks interesting. I'm going to take 1 contract here. Just one. And if we get a big firm breakdown, like I think could happen, then we'll capitalize on it. If not, it's not the end of the world. Maybe we'll add a little bit more if we start to get that confirmation, like in a break of lows here, which we just did. So that's nice. We kind of need a new candle to open up. How long? We got about 12 seconds. All right, so we're going to add to this 2 contracts now. Taking a little bit larger bet now that we have some favorable activity here. See if we can move back down, test the bottom of this range. I guess is what we're looking for. Apple tested under VWAP already, though, so that's a pretty weak sign. So, getting some strength rolling through here. Very close to cutting this. Apple essentially bounced all the way back over the VWAP here. The only reason I'm waiting is because we're approaching the VWAP now. And I want to let it test. I also want to see what Apple does here. And we do have a little bit of a cushion today that we can play into, so. SPY's starting to creep back up. Apple creeping back up too. Yeah, we're just going to have to cut that. So we just lost a little bit. Still over 100, up about a 110 on the day. We're going to wait for some confirmation now for something. Looks like we got an immediate flush back down there, so it's all good. Microsoft over VWAP here. Apple just broke back below it. Microsoft creeping back up. Apple breaking down here. So a little bit neutral on both of these. Depends on who wins. Apple looking very weak. Starting to flush down. All right, market's starting to run up. Apple's starting to bounce back too. Microsoft is really what's bringing the market back here. Big squeeze coming in. Microsoft's getting ready to test the highs here, and Apple looks weak still. So we're kind of waiting to see if what happens here on the rest of this, but all right, yeah, we're just kind of patiently waiting here, watching the market break. Got into a few little trades. We're up about 200 on the day now. We shorted the E-mini into this flush. took some swing on a much larger position and got a little bit red on the day for it, but eventually took profit on it, and we're up about 196 on the day. Just kind of swinging into the cushion that we have. Bank of England sells about 650 mil, 7 to 20 year GILT. Microsoft pulled it back a little bit. And again, Apple's right at the bottom of the range. It's a very choppy day, though, team. So just understand, like, it's pretty neutral on the day right now. Apple just broke lows, going to drag the market down some. I'd love to break $200 in profit on the day. This might influence a weak squeeze down, so we're going to short this. 2 contracts. See if we get a weak squeeze down on the market. If we lose, it's not the end of the world. We're already up so much on the day anyway. Because Apple was testing lows, and so we're going to try to establish a position. There's 3 contracts. I don't know if I want to add any more to this. I'd like to see a pivot. If Apple continues to fall, then that's going to squeeze the market down. That's the only reason we're taking this trade. But it doesn't look like Apple wants to fall. Here's the problem. All right, there's Apple pulling back down a little bit. Microsoft back under VWAP. It's a weak sign. Something else is moving up, so we're going to have to cut that. So we just lost a decent amount on that. Just very choppy day. I'm just glad to be green, and we are green. Up over 100 still, but what's dragging the market up? Let me see. So again, here's the P&L. We're still up about 107 on the day. And market's just kind of going back and forth now. So we called some range earlier that we got a nice little cushion on. Let me see if we find whatever's moving the market right now. It's not Apple. Tesla's back over VWAP here. I don't know. Maybe the market's a little apprehensive for the Jerome Powell press conference tomorrow. Maybe that's what the market's doing. KAL. I keep hearing people talk about that. It's kind of crazy, but there's no real edge. Not respecting VWAP. Going up crazy amounts and then getting halted and making everybody stuck. So it's just kind of one of those things where you got a lot of bag holders from Friday at 13s that are artificially bullish on that one. Tesla's back over VWAP, but it's not dragging the market back up, unfortunately. Yeah, Tesla neutral. So we just made another $50 or so. Make sure we got filled right. Yeah, we did. Okay, good. So yeah, you can see we're now up about $40. We made about $40, about $45 or $40. So we're up about 140. Got a nice little cushion. We're betting on weakness right now because everything here looks weak, but it also depends on what Apple does. Apple looks like it's a small bounce into a potential rejection, but again, you don't really know for sure. Microsoft looks the same, and in choppy days, you don't really know what's going to happen. So. All right, so Apple's still moving up. Yeah, big rip up in markets. SPY broke over VWAP, broke over 410, which is a psychological level. Still moving up. Apple testing VWAP, Microsoft testing VWAP here. So this all looks somewhat strong, but still pretty neutral. Yeah. Lucid with a big deal. Things look actually kind of strong over the last 2 minutes. Lucid is up too. What's Amazon doing? Amazon's pretty weak relative to everything else. And again, if you haven't already, check out TopStep, man. This is what we're trading on right now. And again, you can kind of see my P&L. You can kind of see how we've been moving with this account. What? I like Quant Tower. Quant Tower is great, but my P&L changes, which I know I'm up on the day, but if you exit out of your P&L and then join it back again, it kind of looks at it different. Weird. All right, market's starting to move back up to the top of the range here. I'm just pausing trading for now. Hey, what's up, Jay? But yeah, if you haven't already, check out TopStep. TopStep is the best way to test your skill as a trader without risking a ton of money. They give you a demo. If you can hit the target on the demo while following their rules and conditions, then they fund you between 50 to 150K with a 90% split. Even most people are not going to be able to get funded. But I'll put it this way. Most traders lose their first few accounts, right? That's just a basic truth of the market, is that most traders lose their first few accounts. The beautiful part about TopStep is, like, instead of putting up all that money yourself and probably losing in the beginning, you can test yourself in another way, which is through these funded account programs. If you lose, it's not the end of the world. The base package is less than 140 bucks a month, and resetting it is even cheaper than that. And so you can test yourself. If you're good enough, it'll show you you're good enough, and you can potentially make money as a funded trader. Like, if you can pass their testing, they fund you. Even if you don't pass their testing, you know, it's a good test of your skill, and it's a lot cheaper to lose a TopStep account than it is to lose, you know, thousands of dollars in the market yourself. And so again, you can get 20% off. They are a sponsor of mine. I'm certainly biased in their favor. You can check them out here. And again, we'll see what happens. But market is starting to push up towards the top of the range. Again, if we can break this high of the day level, it's going to look a lot stronger. And it looks like that's where we're heading right now. I'm still in Snapchat, guys. I'm still in Snapchat with my 5 shares left. And it's starting to look good. I'll probably take the rest off right here. Lock that in. Actually, I'm just going to sit on this. Snapchat looking strong. Market's still pumping up, guys. I mean, listen. Apple testing VWAP. SPY up there. It doesn't mean anything yet, though, to be honest. We're still completely sideways, so it doesn't actually mean anything yet. But it doesn't look bad. All right, so Apple rejecting, SPY rejecting. And so I think we got to draw this range at this point in time. Here's the open range. Here's the median line I have, and then here's the top. So choppy right now. Canadian IV PMI came in at 54.7. All right, market still squeeze it up here. All right, Snapchat still breaking highs again. SPY still edging closer and closer to the top of that range. Most of the time retro, yeah. I mean, I'm a scalper. I also attack the range, but I mean, I'm green on the day. You guys see my profit on the day. So, I mean, you know, we've had a really nice little run this week. See, now it's back, bro. So here's my P&L currently. We are up about $145 on the day. 145. Apple just tapped over highs as well. Microsoft starting to bounce back a little bit too. All right, so the Tyson Foods CFO says that the quarter 2 will be softer than quarter 1. NVIDIA. Yeah, NVIDIA looks good. Yeah, NVIDIA testing highs as well, helping the market drag up too. So Tesla is neutral on the day though. Microsoft is looking better. Again, I should have bought the dip, but it's all good here. I'm probably gonna go ahead and close it down, guys. Like I said, I don't really feel the greatest today, to be honest. I'm not really feeling the hottest today. Again, if you want to check out Top Step, check out the link in the description. Check out Chart Prime as well. Chart Prime was right about the reversal it called this morning. As well as like the range support has been pretty solid all morning too. And Chart Prime is a trading view indicator service you can use in stocks, crypto, forex, futures. Check that out. Less than $60 a month. You can find the link to that in the description if you want more info. Same thing with Top Step. Check out Top Step. It's a funded account program for futures. There's no PDT rule in futures. You can day trade and short futures without restriction. Again, hit the sub button, hit the notification bell, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close it down. I just don't see any edge today. It's neutral. I'm green on the day. I'm up about $145. And I'm going to take that. So love you all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be good. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go get some rest. I'm not really feeling the hottest today, to be honest. I woke up with a sore throat. And so I'm going to have to take some tests here and see what's going on. But just not really feeling the greatest. So I'm going to go relax a little bit and sleep probably. I'll be back tomorrow. Jerome Powell press conference tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow, guys. So I'll see you guys then. Again, y'all hit the subscribe button. We're pushing towards 100K. We're getting close. But again, hit that sub button, hit the notification bell, guys. I appreciate you all, team. Hey, thanks, Tiny. Thanks, Brant, Rashad, Biggie, Stefan, DS. Thank you, man. Pawn, appreciate the help as always, brother. I'll see you guys later.